let's see if we got this going. Let's see what happens here. Testing. What's up, man? Aquavius, how you doing? First one in the chat. Hopefully we'll start seeing people roll in slowly but surely. Been an exciting morning so far for those who live in the West Coast, Central. Our big focus is going to be talking Zometica. Silent Gamer, how are you doing? Shoaib. All right, BT, Darius. Toxic Maestro, I like that name. Can you check out eHealth? Yeah, we'll look at some of these. The Quavius sold 80% profit earlier, back in the dip. I like that. You know how I always encourage, if you're up a lot significantly on a stock, you know, it's always not a bad idea to take some profits. That's totally fine. These are for these updates. All right, Maniac, Dunder, how we doing? Diane, yes, Zomedica party. That's what we'll call today. You can still buy in the dip. Khan, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. The stream is not for financial advice, but you know, you can always look for a dip. That's the nice thing with the stock market. Whatever comes up must come down. Whatever goes down eventually should somewhat come back up. So, yeah, definitely. Got a lot of people in the chat. Awesome. Rogiello, what's good? Been in Zomedica since 42 cents. Yeah, no, I know a lot of us came in pretty early into Zomedica, and today, this is the day we wanted to see. You know, 52-week high. This is an all-time high for the stock, so it's been a pretty exciting day. Went up to $1.90 or so, but it's finding some resistance around that area. So we'll definitely talk about Zomedica, what I'm kind of planning to do. Because, you know, I like transparency, but Zomedica really is doing well. All right. So thank you all for tuning in to the live stream. I hope we have some fun. I'm here pretty excited. Guys, we got a lot of snow. So for anyone who watched my stream from the morning, it was, not my stream, the recording. I actually recorded from my cell phone. So it was directly from my phone because we were actually in a hotel due to a snowstorm. But now I'm back home, safe and sound. So that's good. Up 75% on Zomedica. Congratulations, Ryan. Doing good, Aaron. All right. I live in the Midwest. I don't know if I want to disclose the exact state, but let's just say we get a lot of snow. And I'm a person who commutes to work, so anytime there's too much snow, I'd rather not drive because it just gets kind of messy. All right, guys. Well, let's talk about Zomedica a little bit. There's other penny stocks that I'll talk about because I know Sensionics is one that we've mentioned on the live streams previously. I know a lot of people have been watching that closely. So we're seeing similar trends. TRXC, again, not the same percentages, but again, we're seeing a run up in a lot of these different stocks. So we'll start with Zomedica. our baby, one of our favorites. It's one that I am pretty big on. So again, guys, really what we're seeing today is there's no new news, right? There's no updates. There's nothing that really came out that would push the stock higher, other than the fact that there's potentially some new investors that are trying to get some skin in the game. Now, I know a lot of you are kind of, worried, thinking, oh, is it going to dip back down? And to be honest, like for me, I'm a person who's looking to hold my shares till March. But I told you guys, anytime we see something run up substantially like this, like Zometica, 21% in a day, right? After we've seen it kind of consolidate at the dollar mark, then this week happened, right? Since the start of this week, we saw it go up over $1 and it's held strong since. So throughout the week, we're up 61%. If we look at the 1 month, right, when we started talking about Zometica around the 40-cent mark, you're up 353%. 353%. If you're up that much money on a single play, again, I think, guys, right, I like to hold. I know it's tempting. It's hard. We're always in this internal debate, and I'm bouncing between, the stream and the my Google, my browser. But again, when we see things run up this much for a stock, it's tempting to sell. So what I'd rather do is, okay, you find where's your entry point. So if you're someone who got in, at the 40-cent mark and you're happy with 350% increase in your share price, this is when I recommend setting a trailing stop loss. I know that's not favorable because, again, oftentimes with stocks like this, especially the penny stocks, they're very volatile, guys. That's inevitable. Volatility is always going to be seen. And because of that, we have to understand, a dip in 50, if you put a trailing stop loss of 10%, right? If it drops 10%, about 18 cents back to $1.62 or so, then your shares would automatically sell at that point. Now you got to ask yourself, am I comfortable with the $1.62? If it drops to $1.62 from its current price, am I comfortable with that gain that I made, and am I willing to buy back in the dip? That's the question you really got to focus on and dive into. So for me personally, what I'm thinking about doing now that I'm up substantially in Zometica is setting a trailing stop loss. Because again, guys, I think between now and March, we're going to continuously see the price of the stock go up. And just to explain what a trailing stop loss is, so you guys have to understand, when you set a trailing stop loss that has a small percentage, 5%, 10%, whatever it might be, what actually occurs is if the stock, say Zometica goes to $2 tomorrow, the trailing stop loss is not based off the 10% today at $1.82 currently, rather 10% of the highest it's ever going to be in the next forever how long. So if you do a good till close, so GTC order, what's going to happen with Zometica is, say you set it for right now 10% trailing stop loss. If it ever drops 10% from its highest price point that it gets to, that's when your shares will sell. Now that's risky because we might have days like today between now and March when the true forma is released that are going to cause a run up. But again, people will take profits. That's a healthy thing to do in the market. So again, for example, like today, $1.88, it dropped about 13% just through trade volume, typical people swing trading, whatever it might be, even potentially some short sellers. But again, guys, when we see these kind of things, understand if you had a trailing stop loss when it was at $1.88 and you sold, you set that trailing stop loss at $1.63, your shares are going to be sold. Understand that your shares are going to be sold. So then I don't want you to get upset because with volatility, it came right back up another 17%. So throughout today, we saw that if you had a trailing stop loss set, you would have sold your shares. So again, for me, it's something that I'm looking to hold long term. So when I see days like today, it excites me because it's like, okay, people are actually starting to notice Zometica. The true forma is a product that has promising potential. But again, I am a person who always preaches to everyone, do not get greedy with the stock market. If you're someone who's been in at 40 cents, taking profits okay. Or understand, maybe you have some certain price target that you have set for yourself that you want to see before you're willing to sell. For me, I don't have that. So again, when I see the substantial gain in price, I might set a trailing stop loss. And guess what? I'll buy back in when it dips because I believe in the company. For anyone that believes in a company, as I always reiterate on my channel over and over again, when you believe in the company's fundamentals, their vision, their everything else, especially with these penny stocks, because again, they don't have much revenue coming in, guys. We need to understand that and understand. People have been asking me, why don't you look closer at market cap? Why don't you look more closer at like a PE ratio for a company? But for penny stocks, that's not very sensible because these companies are typically ones that do not have much revenue coming in yet, right? So if they don't have much revenue coming in, net, if they're anywhere afloat, if they have enough cash flow to keep their operations going, that keeps me satisfied. Long term, that's not a great whatchamacallit. I can't even think. That's not a great approach. So please, please, please understand that. Give me 1 sec. Let's see here. It's gonna look like I'm just clicking on my screen, but give me 1 sec, guys. Let's see who else came in the chat. Jose, what's good, man? All caps. Yes, Zomedica to the moon. I'm all about it. We'll look at it for sure. I want to do a deeper dive, and again, the big thing that we're seeing today with Zomedica, guys, is the fact that it's going up for anyone that's entering the stream maybe just a little late. That this is, again, all of this is happening on no news, so we need to understand that. So let's see here. Live station on. Someone told me to set everything on here, so I'm just doing that quick. All right, let's see who else here. Definitely still a buy, waiting. Yeah, you know, again, for me, it's if you believe in a company, you're going to continue to average up, but you're going to buy the dips. And how's it going, Hassan? I think I have it set up. I don't know. I thought I had everything set up properly on my stream, but if I didn't, my bad. Zomedica all the way up, not selling. Hoping Trueformer truly gets adopted widely. I do too. Days like today are the days that we love to see, guys. So I 100%. I'm all about it. So let's see. I'm gonna read the chat for a little bit. We'll deviate from Zomedica for a sec. Do you believe Zomedica will dip significantly again? Health is wealth. So honestly, I'm not a person who really. I don't like putting bad vibes on a stock that I'm heavily invested in. But again, for anyone that is looking to buy the dip, I'm sure the stock market goes up and down. So will the dip happen? Potentially. But can the stock go to $2, $2.50, keep moving forward? That's possible too. So I can't say whether or not that's going to happen. So I'm a person that likes to think positively. And I think between now and the Trueformer release, ever since it was at 40 cents when I started bringing it up on my channel, I told everyone, I think that we're going to see continuous increase in price over time. And hopefully this momentum is going to continue going, right? And as long as people are holding and buying more, that's going to increase buying pressure, which is going to increase the stock's price over time. So we need to always remember that. Yeah, lots of big names on this. Ryan. Let's see. Just trying to make sure I got everything set up properly for you guys. Lots of big names. INPX I have not, but we'll talk about Atossa Therapeutics because I know a lot of people have been saying, why is it not? Where are we seeing like continued price action on that one? But Poppy made a reel. For real, made me great money on Zometica. Thanks, man. Hassan, you're welcome, man. My pleasure. I mean, again, guys, take everything I say because I'm not a financial advisor, of course. But I'm trying to really put you guys on companies that I truly wholeheartedly believe in. None of this pump and dump shenanigans, none of this, BS. I think we want to make as much money as possible, right? That's our goal with the market. So we'll do our best for sure. Let's see. What am I doing that's wrong here, guys? I'm trying to figure all this out. I'm such a newbie. I think yeah. BHTG. Yeah, we'll talk about BHTG. One that we brought up in the channel, and I think it started picking up momentum and steam over time. So that was kind of cool. When am I selling Zomedica? Ranja. So I just talked about that a little bit ago, and I don't want to necessarily sell Zomedica. Rather, at the price that we're seeing now, it's not a bad idea to set a trailing stop loss. I'm all in for Zoom. Jarallah. From Saudi Arabia. Wow, we got people. We're worldwide today. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. I'm gonna set this real quick. There we go. All right. I think I fixed everything. So you guys should be clear. Let's see, CTRM. Yeah, sorry, I've been looking at Zometica for a while. So guys, again, what I'm doing with Zometica, final talk about Zometica before we move on to our next stock pick, is that, and we'll come back and visit it because I know a lot of people are going to start joining the stream because they want to know more and more about it. But for me, potentially now, setting a trailing stop loss, taking some profits, as I always say. But I hope that we don't see it dip back down because I want to continue riding this wave until at the very least, the true formal release. Because I think, come end of February, come end of March, we're going to see more and more people buying in. And then again, when we look at the Q2 earnings, I keep reiterating the Q2 earnings. When we see Q2 earnings being released, so again, their launch is end of Q1. So Q2 being 3 months from the end of March, which we're looking at approximately end of, March? So all of April, May, and June. End of June, Q2 earnings will be reported, and we're going to see Zomedica is going to have this substantial increase in revenues, hopefully, if the product does well, which, again, is going to create an increase in more people adopting, believing in the technology that they have, again, in the true form of this point-of-care testing device, because I'm big on it. So let's continue on. I know a lot of people have been talking about Atossa Therapeutics. So this is one we mentioned on the channel. Bought in around, I told you guys to buy in at the dip. I think it was low $2. So since then, let's just assume $2.34. It ran up pretty much about 95%, which is substantial, right? We have to respect any time that we make these kind of gains in the stock. For Atossa, again, because this is an early clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, they're still a baby to me, right? So their focus right now, they shifted their R&D and they're focusing on, specifically breast cancer. That's been their focus for a long time now, as well as the COVID-19 nasal spray that everyone's been anticipating. So again, it could be used for, early outpatient treatment. Again, not medical advice by any means. I'm just trying to share and give you guys information that I know. But right now, the big thing that came out was one of the Atossa Therapeutics, the article that I covered on my video. One of the patients that is currently on the indoxafen, which again, its current competitor that we're looking at is tamoxifen, which is the standards of care that we see in practice. Again, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm a pharmacist, so I do see some of these products in my pharmacy when I talk about them, like tamoxifen, but indoxafen, of course, not yet, since we're awaiting official FDA approval. But again, it's an early stage early stage biopharmaceutical company. So that means that you're buying in now because you think the products that they have on their pipeline have strong potential. We need to understand that. So when it comes to that, again, for these baby companies, they do have strong potential, which is allowing, Wall Street analysts, things like that. When we use tip ranks, I use tip ranks all the time, right? So we can even have that as a reference today throughout, but Atossa Therapeutics, ATOS. So you could see that the price target currently for Atossa Therapeutics at a high is $5. And there was one, Jason McCarthy. He's very, very well known. Again, $14 BNGO price target from him. He also has some other stocks that he, he's done pretty good. He's a 5-star analyst, so we have to respect that. Yes, he's a Wall Street guy, and I know right now there's some beef between us and these Wall Street guys, but guys, we still have to, appreciate the fact that they have been doing this for a long time, and their success rate is probably a lot higher than some of ours. So from its current price at $3.88, it's looking like, at a high, they're shooting for a $5 price target. That's what, again, these people are going for with Atossa Therapeutics. So what's that mean for me? Do I want to continue buying the dips? Absolutely. Do I think today's dip is a potential buying opportunity? Possibly. There was a better opportunity at 351 because it's, run up 10% since then. So can we retest? Again, I'm not a person who looks at technical analysis, but can we retest that support level? Possibly, right? So for me, it's I want to wait and see what happens with the stock. I bought in at a comfortable price when we saw the red market last week. So for me to average up, I truly have to see at least a lower price. Anything under 350, now that I know there's some support there, or if it approaches that 351 line, that to me becomes a strike price. That's when I think it's a good time to potentially buy some shares for myself, right? So you could do your own research, do your own due diligence, look into this one because I truly think that it has some strong potential. But again, Atossa Therapeutics, the things on their pipeline, guys, pretty promising. So we need to understand that. And also know, what we might see some significant price action over time. So let's hold on to that tight and remember that for Atossa Therapeutics. Sensionics, ticker symbol SENS. Again, one of those penny stocks that really hasn't had much news. Looks like maybe the Motley Fool a couple weeks ago. I tried to do some digging prior to the stream to see the things that I've talked about in previous streams. And SENS, for me, again, guys, it's something that I'm long on. Someone said something pretty I think it was interesting on the Discord, and he said that, so Super Bowl Sunday is this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Anyone gonna be watching the Super Bowl? And Hassan, I did hear of Dare. Yeah, we'll talk about Sensionics for a second here, but anyone watching Super Bowl this Sunday? Let's double check to make sure. Super Bowl Sunday 2021. This is sad. I'm rooting for the Chiefs, by the way, guys. Go Chiefs. If they can get a two-peat back-to-back, because I know Tampa Bay, for all you Tom Brady fans, do you, but I'm kind of over his reign. This guy, ever since I was a kid, he really just I don't know. Tom Brady just doesn't slow down, but I mean, it'd be nice to watch him and AD get a ring, but Kansas City, I want to see the guys who kind of came out of nowhere and are killing the game right now. Back-to-back would be pretty cool. Regardless, so Super Bowl Sunday is the 7th of February. So, guys, yes, Andrew, go Chiefs. There we go. We got some Chiefs. Boo to Hassan, he says, go Bucks. But, again, guys, this is not a Super Bowl live stream, or we're not talking football, but go Chiefs. So, regardless, Super Bowl Sunday is at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, guys. One thing I need you guys to understand, and why I'm bringing it up on my stream today, is that someone on Discord mentioned that Dexcom, so currently one of the biggest competitors for Sensionics, is going to be Dexcom. They actually have a commercial during the Super Bowl that they paid millions of dollars for. So again, people are going to probably be watching. I mean, all of America pretty much watches the Super Bowl. So we're going to see that exposure to Dexcom. So for everyone that's diabetic, that's watching, or has diabetics in their family, because again, people tune in and focus in on those commercials during the Super Bowl. What that's going to potentially create is this gradient, or this interest in CGM devices. So people are going to say, wow, you don't have to prick your finger anymore, especially for those older diabetics, because the baby boomers, those who are 65 and older, aren't exposed really to the stock market anymore. These are people who, cashed out their IRAs, they've already retired, they're doing good in life. They're not worried about the stock market. They don't know what's in the pipeline for the most part, So when it comes to these things, guys, we have to understand, what's the Dexcom going to do? People are going to start searching CGM devices. What is a CGM device? What does it do? How does continuous glucose monitoring systems work? So when these questions start arising, people are going to realize Dexcom has some fantastic products. They have 7-day, 14-day sensors attached to their product, their meter. But again, they're going to then realize there are some better things in the pipeline on the way. Sensionics having a 90-day CGM device that's currently being used, mainly in Europe, but has FDA clearance in the United States. That's pretty big. That's pretty big for Sensionics. So I think people are going to say, okay, I can go from a 14-day CGM device, or a 30 or a 90-day, potentially 180-day CGM device, where I don't have to continue looking at my blood sugars every single, 3 times a day, pricking your finger. So if any of you have seen a diabetic, they have to prick their finger, check their blood, and that's the only way for them to get, an accurate reading to see how their blood sugars are doing. And they have to some people, especially type 1 diabetics, they're doing this, around the clock, 5-6 times a day maybe. So for a device like this, that again, it's a very minimally invasive procedure that goes behind the arm, that it attaches there and it just stays there for 90 days at a time, guys. So you need to exchange that out 4 times a year. That's huge. So at a market cap of 1.05 billion, to me, let's look again, guys. I like looking at the competitors. Let's look at Dexcom stock price. Look at Dexcom, $39.35 billion market cap for a product, in my opinion, potentially, if we're comparing that with Sensionics, I think that Dexcom's meter, or their CGM device, is inferior, to be honest. So again, Sensionics has to still prove themselves, because we need to see the 180, 360-day CGM device. But at 1 billion versus Dexcom at 39, look at the 5-year. If we go back, the max, let's just look at the max that Google has. 2005, when Dexcom was released at $10, when it IPO'd, I guess, $10 a share. Since then, it's run up 38x. Let's do the math real quick, because this is kind of interesting to me. 38x, that means it was approximately at $1 billion market cap. And again, in about 16 years later, after people started adopting CGM, they proved themselves, the product actually became marketed, and it started bringing them a lot of revenue. 38x in price. Sensionics, $1 market cap. So again, based off just that right there, we don't really need to look at the 5-year. We could, or we can even look at the max, because they're a newer company, pretty newbie. But again, if we look at the price currently at 1.05 billion, and I said that Dexcom is currently 39, a 38x from when they IPO'd. So Sensionics, do they have a 38x potential or more? In my opinion, possibly. I truly think that that is possible. So guys, I think that it's, Sensionics might be a big one. I think it's one that it's on my radar. I'm a person who's invested. I haven't created a video on it. My friend Dr. Dean Investing is someone who made a video on it, and I think he did a very, very solid deep dive. And after watching his video, doing my own research, I decided to I decided to buy in. So I'm in about, I think my cost average, I did average down because I bought in at a little higher price than I wanted to, but I think my average price is around 250. So, and I still think around that range is a very, very solid price point for someone that's looking for a more short term. But if you're long on Sensionics, again, in my opinion, for me, this is still going to be literally, it's gonna look like pennies later on in the future. So keep Sensionics on your radar. This one is having a little bit of some price action today. So again, just be careful. It might dip back down, possibly, or it could continue running up. Who knows? As news comes out, we need to see catalysts, etc. So yeah, there's Sensionics. Let's close Dexcom. TRXC, I know that's one that people have been looking into and talked about quite a bit in the Discord. So TRXC, again, TransEnterix, they have some, there's some iffy things about the company, right? If we look at even the 5-year, they were peaking about $84 a share, and they dropped down pretty much to the point of no return. But slowly but surely, some news came out. Again, I'm not 100% sure. If you watch, again, Dr. Dean's video, he does a really good job of explaining Sensionics. For me personally, because I didn't cover it on my channel, I found it as a quick flip. So I bought in, I think it was at $1.50, $1.60, and then I ended up selling my, it was at $3.92 when I sold my shares. So again, I'm trying to find a place to buy back in, to just hold some shares, because I do think long term, the technology that they have is significant, and I think it has some potential in the future. So yeah, I am going to be holding on tight to TransEnterix when I find a good buying, a good buying point. So if I look at even just the 1 month lately, because that's when it started running up, looks like consolidated 290, around 290. I think is probably where I'd be comfortable going in myself. So at 322 now, still I think undervalued over the long term, but again, guys, we'll see what happens with the near future. We might have another red week in the near future, in the long future, where you can try to go in onto these companies. So yeah, I'm talking a lot. Take a sip of water. Nokia, we know about Nokia. Take a look at GTE. What do you think? We'll look at some of those. CTRM. I sold CTRM. I got out because I only got in just to see where it goes and see the fun of it. But yeah, not too sure about the company. Let's see. During our conversation today so far, looks like Zomedica is climbing back up slowly, 188. Let's hold on tight. All right, TransEnterix. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Someone asked, why is your super chat not available? I don't know. I thought it would be. I appreciate everyone who does use the super chats. Those are always, supportive and helpful of the channel. HCMC, JAGX. Let's talk about Jagex. That's one of our favorites. So let's see here. Let me see, guys. Yo, looking to dare when you have time. I know it's hard during the stream. I will. Let's look at JAGX real quick though. JAGX stock price. When I am, yeah, it looks like it's been pretty red today. Let's see here. Why is the 1 month chart not available? Uh-oh. Is the internet tweaking? You don't have super chats enabled. Oh, I thought I did. It says I do. Sorry. Give me 1 sec here. I think my internet might be playing games. Please don't play games. Let's see. BlackBerry thoughts. Possibly. Could be. Alright. But yeah, Jaguar Health, guys, we know that this is one of our long-term plays. For right now, I don't see why, all of this is happening. Let's see what everyone has to say. Zomedica was doing nothing for a couple weeks, and now we're all loyal holders. If you want to get it now, I would buy a little now. Yeah, when you make some good points. It's finally we're finally seeing some price action with Zomedica. But sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the supers. But it says like it should be working. I don't know. We'll do some QA in a little bit. But Jaguar Health, JAGX, guys, one of my personal favorites currently that I'm holding. Jaguar Health, we talked about it, $1.78, I think it was when we released the video. I should probably start fact checking myself before just saying the prices. But Jaguar Health, guys, JAGX, this one here is one I am long on. I am not looking for, the short term with Jaguar Health. Yes, we saw it significantly run up very quickly, 100% rise, just looking at the 1 month, beginning of January, so a month ago or so. And since then, it's kind of, trickled down 32% from its all-time high. So for me, me, I say, what are my strike points? What do I think are good times to buy into these stocks? And I think, as of right now, where it's at, I think if you're someone who's long-term and you believe in the fundamentals, you believe in their products, you believe in the rumors, right, that they're going to have significant increase in revenues when their earnings reports come out, and you believe in their products that they currently have on their pipeline, then to me, this is a buying opportunity, right? Can it go back down to $1.95, where it was kind of, let's look at the 6 month. Yeah, since November it went up a lot, so let's not look way back then. But can it go back down to this $1.95 range? That's always a possibility. We can't predict these things if some bad news comes out. But with no negative news, and currently there was some positive news that came out last week. But I think, again, the fact that this was mentioned a little bit on the Wall Street bets, because they kind of shifted from the GameStop, AMC focus, right, and some of these retailers, those kind of companies, and they shifted their focus to some of these biopharmaceutical companies. That caused some, some worry, and people were like, okay, what's going to happen? Is this going to, are they going to do the short squeeze, even though there's not much shorting going on with these stocks? So all this fear and speculation, really caused Jaguar Health, in my opinion, to potentially kind of just consolidate and stay where it's at, around a 250, looks like 278 to 272 to 290-ish range for the last, couple weeks. Do I think it's getting ready to break out? Possibly. I think we're going to see significant movement with Jaguar Health as time progresses. When we see Mytesi, after it gets approval, which I'm very, very confident and hopeful for. But again, the key word there is hopeful, because if it falls through, that's going to give the stock a little hit. But if it goes through, that they get the expansion for use in patients who have diarrhea or chemotherapy-induced diarrhea, or those who have certain cancers that they're battling. Guys, the total addressable market, or the prevalence. The prevalence is huge, and if the total addressable market currently is really, really big. Again, I even see patients that are currently on certain chemos that need antidiarrheals, and the ones that are currently available, I'm not a huge fan of. right? There are some good products, but at the same time, guys, it's the fact is, like, if you think about Linzess, for example, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Linzess, but again, similar mechanism to what JAGX has. And Hassan, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel, so thank you. But with JAGX, Jaguar Health, I don't know. Their product, the fact that it doesn't cause that constipation, right? The biggest side effect that is most seen in antidiarrheals, and that you can use it long term without really any negative implications, that makes it a pretty strong product, if you ask me. So guys, when it comes to these things, I'm a person who is holding long term. So for you Jaguar Healthers, you JAGXers, I'm personally going to continue holding. And I think I might buy some today. Looking at 271, 272, I might buy some today. So, now that we're here, I might just take a brief second, actually. I like this price, personally. I'm going to buy some JAGX right now. I'm going to buy some Jaguar Health. I'm going to open up my Webull account, because why not? Let's go ahead and buy some. I won't buy a crazy amount, but I'll buy some. Just in case, it can dip down. So I should just do this on my desktop, but I don't know. I know some people have been talking about a portfolio reveal, which I'm hoping to do soon. I don't know when I want to do that, but Jaguar Health, I'm going to set a buy order, 271, stock price, real quick. So guys, I'm buying some Jaguar Health right now. So yeah, give me one sec. Jaguar Health, confirm at 271. So maybe one up a little bit, so my order's not going through, but when it does, it will. So yeah, JAGX, holding long term, guys. I'm comfortable averaging up on this stock because I truly believe in it long term. So guys, that's what I'm doing. Soon, I think I'll start getting more comfortable showing my portfolio and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's not, the biggest portfolio. I'm a smaller guy, like a lot of people who are following my journey and following the channel. But yeah. And I think it just executed. JAGX. Let me see. Open orders. How's everyone's transition, by the way, for everyone who's been switching from how many of you have transitioned from Robinhood to Webull or SoFi, and how's your transition going? Just take a pause for a second. I'm going to interact more with the comments because you guys are all fun. We have 283 viewers. Holy smokes. Wow, that's a lot more than I thought. Hey, cut the shorts. Guys did not like that. Jose, yeah, me too, man. I like Webull a lot. I love the Robinhood's interface. Guys, don't get me wrong. It just looks, it's probably the most sleek, but really, I'm so upset with what happened. So it's so upsetting. And I hope we see, more companies come out, more brokerages that are so user-friendly and easy to use. Yeah. Elias, I'll look into it, man. Let's see. I'm new to this and I'm using Robinhood. Yeah, Robinhood, again, I think it's just the most user-friendly, so it really makes sense. Inside of Biolabs. SJAGX. Where are we at? Jaguar Health. How's Zometica doing? I'm going to keep checking on Zometica throughout the day. 186. All right. I'm as paranoid as everyone else. If you guys are like me, first thing I do in the morning when I wake up, I'll grab my phone, especially if it's in the pre-market before the workday. I'll open the stocks and be like, okay, how are we doing? And some days hurt and some days are better. Cons, it doesn't have a lot of extended hours. Rocky, I totally agree with your statement there. And hey, welcome Rocky Finance to the chat. The man himself, the legend. For anyone who's not in the Discord, by the way, please feel free to join the Discord. We have a lot of good conversations. So let me actually pin the Discord link because I know people always come in and ask. Give me one sec here. Free Discord, open to every single person, guys. I know a lot of people charge their members for the Discord. I'm not about that. I think when it comes to having conversations with stocks, because if you're like me, a lot of my friends are not in the stock market, right? I have friends who are in healthcare that do their thing, but a lot of people are not in the stock market. So it's hard. It's not fun when you can't talk to people about it. I have a couple friends, but on the Discord, we have a family now. 300, we have 3,000, I said 3,000 members almost. I think we're about to break that soon. So please join the Discord, guys, completely free. Come have conversations. We do have some ground rules, respect one another. We want to make sure it's a safe environment, because the big thing with the Discord is that we have people who are actually, financial experts, and with the same token, we have others who are new to investing. So I want it to be a place where you can not only learn, but just get exposure to the stock market, start having some conversations with everyone else. So yeah, that's what Discord's about. And Umagat, I think that's how you pronounce that last name. Rocky's the Discord admin. He's the man, the myth, the legend. He actually has a YouTube channel himself. So Rocky Finance, check out his channel. Never shameless. It's not a shameless plug for Rocky, because he truly deserves it. So Discord, there's a Discord. I'm gonna pin this comment. Yeah, there we go. All right. So anyone that wants to join the Discord, click that link. Yeah, free of charge. Everyone hop in. All right, where are we at? Tell me what is everyone buying today? CCIV hit $35. Oh, let's go. Let's see what's going on. CCIV stock. Wow, 17.15% increase. Okay, I actually sold. I sold a lot of shares because I was like, guys, this is Peter Olson sparks hope for Lucid Motors. Let's see what happens 54 minutes ago. Investor place. What's going on with CCIV? Bulls look likely to win the battle today. CCIV, as new interviews and CCIV skyrocketing without confirmation of a Lucid Motors SPAC merger. What is the rally about? So Bloomberg announced Churchill Capital, a blank check company from Michael Klein, was planning to take Lucid Motors. Okay, we know all this. However, uncertainty. Yes, there's uncertainty. I want to know what he says. Okay, it looks like an interview with Lucid Motors. Peter Rawlson on CNBC is responsible. Rawlson, a former Tesla engineer, is quite excited because Tesla Model S. Okay. So maybe there was just this interview. Looks like just recently. Maybe, not even an hour ago. So yeah, maybe that's what's causing the stock price to go up. Anyone that's in CCIV, since we made a video about it back when it was $14, congratulations to you. I am super, super, super hyped about CCIV, Churchill Capital. If this merger goes through, there's no stopping CCIV, and there's no stopping Lucid Motors. They have a luxury electric vehicle. That's just, no, Tesla has some, sure, NIO does too. But the fact that, it's the Saudi Arabians, they have this on their radar. They're the ones who invested a lot of, I think it was over $1 billion, I think $1.5 billion into the company when it was still private, to get, operations and start manufacturing some of the cars in their country. Guys, that Arab money, it just goes crazy. So we know it's going to probably do well. CTRM up 13%. Let's look at CTRM, the shipping company. CTRM. Wow. Also had a run up. I told you guys, I bought in at 32 cents and I sold at 32 cents. So do I regret it? Kinda. Yeah, it would have been kind of fun to see this double up, maybe even triple up. Where's it going to go? So, this one is just one of those, I think, easy money plays for people. So for those who got in, a couple weeks ago now at the 33 cents, you're up 131%. Congrats. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. I know it's tempting to stay, but take some profits up the top, especially in these smaller cap companies. I will say that over and over and over. So pretty exciting with CTRM. That's crazy. It's impressive. But the trade volume has been pretty insane too. So I know people are keeping that on their watch list. It does dive down. And CCIV, let me actually address that. That's the scary thing with this. That's the thing that really gives me anxiety. It doesn't. I sold a lot of my shares because I was like, I can't sleep at night. What if, tomorrow news comes out and it says, hey, CCIV will not be merging with Lucid Motors. That's scary. But at the same time, if it does, this is going to double. It's going to triple. In my opinion, it's going to fly. So CCIV, keep that on your watch list just in case. Stay very, very close to it. Sold, don't say that. I am not a financial advisor. That scares me. Dogecoin. That would be kind of fun. Let's talk about one crypto, and that's Dogecoin. Guys, Dogecoin has just been going nuts. I bought it at 4.2 cents, and I'm just holding. It had a huge dip ever since. Let's see. CoinDesk. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. That's my favorite cryptocurrency website. Dogecoin currently, 4.5 cents. So guys, Elon Musk has been repeatedly tweeting about Dogecoin. You know, he's teasing everyone, saying like Dogecoin, again, it's the crypto for the people. And again, this cryptocurrency was literally released as a meme. But can it potentially become an asset? Possibly. I don't know where it's going to go, guys, but you know, it's run up since I learned about Dogecoin. It was at it was at 0.2 cents, I think it was. This was back a few years ago. I bought some shares and I sold because I was like, oh, this is not going to go anywhere. But if I would have held since then, you know, you're going to be up substantially. So yeah, that's Dogecoin. It's crazy. I think it has potential. It has room to grow. As more people adopt crypto, Dogecoin might be one that people just keep on their portfolio to see where it goes. Just got here target for Zometica. You know, there's no real price target for Zometica, in my opinion. I think, you know, we talked about the potential $9 billion market cap. So again, that's 4x from current price. If it's at $1.86, let's just round it up to $2. 4x would be $8. For me, I see that as a realistic market cap, but we have to see that the product does well. Right now, we have no news, and we're just awaiting the true forma release. So I'll keep going back to Zometica because I know that's what a lot of people are coming in for, because that's just been the focus today. And we're seeing, you know, 23% up on the day. That makes us all happy. So I'm holding on. For all of you who took profits, congrats. You know, I'm hoping that people continue buying dips like this today, 163. You know, again, up 13% just on the day. If you did that as a quick get in, get out, also fine. I'm hoping so. You too smooth. I like that name. Why too smooth? You too smooth. I'm gonna say you too smooth. But yeah, I like that. I think that, you know, if we hit $2, that'd be pretty magnificent. Earlier, you know, when we were watching it on the Discord, I was saying, guys, it just hit $1.91. Then I guess hit it all the way to 192. So if we hit it, that'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. Do you agree with me that Zomedica will go down to $1.10 before the end of March? Michael Scott, gotta address you, man. Always in the comments. I appreciate your support, man. You've been one of those that have been rocking with me. So thank you. And just going back to what you said, for Zomedica, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with it. I hope that I don't see it dip down. If it does go to $1.10, personally, if I see that price again after we see it at $1.90 today, $1.92 at its all-time high, I'm gonna be buying more at $1.10. People have been saying, because in my previous video that I talked about Zomedica, I said anything under $1 is a buy. I mentioned that. We made a video at 93 cents. It was sometime this week. And since then, it's doubled, right? So we talked about it, I think maybe it was the weekend. Yeah, 98 cents maybe it was. So we're up 89% if you bought in at that price point. Because I said anything under $1, I think is a good buying opportunity. And I'm going to keep holding to that. So yeah, PPSI. We'll look at that in a sec here. PPSI. Zomedica to the moon. Yeah, I like that. I think that there's a lot of time before the end of March when true forma is released, and the hype will die down a bit before it builds up, leading up to the end of March again. I mean, Michael, that's possible. You make very valid points. So I think between now and the true forma release, if we hear about contracts though, Michael, you got to be careful. Because if any contracts come about that, you know, a chain of veterinarian offices or some vets are like, hey, I want this product in my office on release, and we see some increase in demand, that's going to be insane. So if news like that comes out, because again, you got to think about it. Yes, there's hospital settings, there's outpatient clinics, things like that. But when it comes to vets, there are some franchise type chains. So if a franchise type chain says, I want a Zomedica true forma in my office, that's going to increase it. Yeah, let's not spam. Let's try not to spam if we can. Ankush. Anyone who spams, I probably won't address that stock. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but come on, man. Come on. Yes, that is true. It could consolidate at this price. A lot of price increase. Michael, I keep reading your comments and ignoring the others, which is not good. I just keep seeing that Michael Scott face, and I'm like, oh man. A lot of price increase due to YouTube hype over the last 2 days. So IDK. Michael, I mean, you make some good points, man. A lot of people have been covering it. You know, we talked about it. Some bigger YouTubers have also talked about it, which again can affect the stock price, and price action. So again, guys, what have I been saying since the beginning of the stream for everyone who has joined? With Zometica, everybody, if you are in since 40 cents, it's silly not to take profits. Hold on to the majority of your shares, set a trailing stop loss, 5%, 10%, whatever it might be, just to make sure you do not lose the gains that you have already made. And then if it dips back down to a price that you're comfortable re-entering in, do that, right? And again, not financial advice, but I think it's just the smart thing to do. Why is Zometica suddenly up today? Whoever said Carol Bastion, no, that is a lie. Anything can dip, Karsten. Anything can dip in the stock market. People could take profits and that can cause a dip. If enough people right now, if every single person just in this stream sold their Zomedica shares, that's going to cause the price to potentially go down a little because again, it's a baby company. It's a small market cap. For me, I'm still holding, but setting a trailing stop loss should do it. Does everyone here know how to set a trailing stop loss? That's something I have addressed in a video, but I think it's been almost a month now since then. But what do you guys think? I am in Upsiva. I'm down in Upsiva, Michael, but I'm still holding. Heat Biologics, it ran up after I made that video, unfortunately, and I never got a good entry point for it. I told everyone I was going to buy, but I'm holding on my Upsiva with my $4 some cost average, so I'm down pretty significantly, but it's slowly climbing back up. So again, I'm long-term on Upsiva, so we're going to see what happens. What is your price target? Please, trailing stop loss. Yeah, so a few people are asking about trailing stop loss. Okay, so let me show you guys, because I think it's super, super important for everyone to set trailing stop losses. 50% gain in heat and didn't sell. Wow. That's dedication. That means you believe in the company long term. So I'm gonna pull up, just because again, for its user friendliness, I'm gonna actually use Robinhood to show you guys how to set a trailing stop loss for all of you who have been wondering how to do that. So give me 1 sec here. Let's see, all right. Zomedica has to dip. It doesn't have to dip. Nothing ever has to dip. But enough people take profits, it will dip. But I believe, again, long term in it, I hope we continue seeing price action like this. Occasionally dip, but there is no reason it will be sub $1. Ethan, I agree. That's I think very, very solid and very, very sensible statement. So I truly think what you said there is it holds some accuracy. And I haven't said anything yet, but if you guys can like the stream so we can get more people on the stream, that'd be great. Wait, are we at 300 viewers? Holy smokes. Okay, I did not think we had that many people. All right, well, let's keep it going. But yeah, the more likes, the more people will see it. Please answer me. What is your price target for Zomedica? Snake, I see you, man, with the caps. So for me, guys, I don't like to set price targets because people then will hold on till that price target comes true. But if it doesn't, then I get held accountable, which is something I'm against. But for me, I said I believe that the market cap, based off the total addressable market, based off that True Forma will do well in the future and people will start adopting it and having it as a point of care test in their offices, I could see the market cap hit 9 billion over the long term. Again, that's not in end of 2021, rather 2022, 2023, in the next few years. Again, with pet adoption increasing in American family homes, I think more and more people are going to need more pet care. So if $9 billion is the potential price target for the market cap, that means you can 4x, if we assume $2, so I'm increasing it up, times 4, that's an $8 price target for Zomedica. Now again, don't take anything I say as financial advice, rather I'm just giving you my take on it. So that's kind of what I'm setting as a mental price target. If it reaches $8, then I'm comfortable saying I don't see it going any further than that, so I want to sell, take my profits, and find somewhere else to put my money. But again, somebody can beat that and they could keep going 10, 20, who knows? We don't know. They're going to add more products. They have more products in their pipeline. But when it comes to just the True Forma and the things they're doing with that product, that's kind of my expectation and what I want to see. So for stock research, AV10. So again, for mainly, I like to use, when I'm looking into a stock, I always look at the product And the big thing that I focus on my channel is biopharmaceuticals. So when it comes to stacks, things like that, I'll look at the main website to look at their financials. I'll look at their management, because all of that is disclosed directly on a company's website. For example, Zomedica. Let's put up Zomedica, Zomedica.com. If you go on the website, they have all websites have an investor tab. So how I kind of go about doing my own research on these companies is I click on the investor tab. That's the first thing I want to look at. And again, this will tell you everything you want to know about it. It's going to talk about the stock information, the financials. How are they doing financially, right? What financial analysts do, these guys on Wall Street, the big hedge funds, before they buy into a company, Vanguard, for example, they're going to want to see, is this company going to stay afloat? What is a forecast that we can predict based off the products that they have in their pipeline, especially for biopharmaceutical companies? So if you click on financial information, you can find that out. Again, you can look at different reports. They'll have their quarterly earnings reports, their revenue reports. All those are good things to look at before investing in a company. So for me as well, on the main site, I like to also look at, who is part of their team. What is their management looking like? What is the news? So, the big thing that they have here in bold is the true form of what is their product. So when it comes to biopharmaceuticals, let's look at Atossa Therapeutics, for example. Let's see here. Atossa Therapeutics. Atossa Therapeutics. I think I spelled that right. It's Atossa. There it is. If we go to Atossa Therapeutics, same thing. They're going to have their investors tab, just like any other company that I've mentioned. And then, they have the clinical trials tab. And so what I look at is the development pipeline. So I'll look at what do they have currently in their pipeline. Atossa Therapeutics, COVID nasal spray in phase 2. Symptom reducing nasal spray. Very broad overview. And then I'll go look into, okay, what does the R&D look like? What is the data that they're claiming in these phases of their trials looking like? Are they positive or negative data? In pharmacy school, we have a drug lit course that we go through. So for about a semester, we took a bunch of these studies and we tore them apart to identify, are there any confounders that can potentially be playing a role in the results that a company or product, drug, for example, is trying to prove, right? So we look at things like non-inferiority studies. If that's the biggest thing that we want to look at. Is, for example, endoxifen non-inferior to tamoxifen, which is the standard of care? When that study comes out, right, or if they have data that shows, the recurrence of breast cancer or whatever it might be, when it comes to these biopharmaceutical companies, I want to look at how does it compare to the standards of care. If there's some level of competition or improvement in the product on the pipeline, that makes me very, very interested in the product. So for me, it becomes almost a no-brainer and say, okay, I want to buy in, I want to get in on this to figure, just in case it ends up, going through all phases of trial, going through the NDA, the new drug application, right, which is currently the target for their nasal spray, of course, and all their other products in place. And then after that, it gets commercialized. So when you're a person that's buying in here, you're risking a lot because they have no product currently in place. So for Atossa Therapeutics, guys, I mentioned this. We're early adopters. For anyone who bought in, we're considered early adopters because we believe in them as a company, we believe in their management, and we think they're going to do well over time. So that's kind of what I look at. And then I'll use PubMed. PubMed is kind of my hub for all things research. So if you're someone who looks at NCBI, I'll just pull up PubMed here. PubMed, NCBI, this is a place where you can look at, again, this is when I was looking at AUPH, their product for lupus nephritis. So it was just the last thing that is just coming up on my search. But you could just look at abstracts. Again, you guys are not people, I know not everyone in the chat is a scientist, nor do you have a science background, but that's kind of what I like to do for the channel. Is I'll go through the abstract, I'll go through the full study, right? You have full text links here. For example, this is for lupus nephritis. Sorry, I'm bouncing around everywhere, but you guys are bringing up some good points. So when it comes to reading full articles, I will do that to make sure before I put my money anywhere. And I feel like a lot of you need to be more careful when you're putting money into these biopharmaceutical companies, because you need to understand, am I putting my money into a product that I think is going to do well over time? Don't only look at price predictions. Don't only look at my videos. Also do your additional research. So my approach, again, everyone, I go on their website, Zomedica. I'll look at the investors tab. Simply put, I'll look at their product. I'll look at any presentations that they've done. investor presentations. That's what they're called. I froze up there for a second. But investor presentations are always good. So what I just kind of do is I just do short and sweet on my videos. I'll do the main highlights. But for me, it takes hours of looking into something before putting my money into it. So again, it's not the expectations of for everyone. Rather, use as many resources as you can. Use YouTube. It's a very good one. YouTube is a fantastic source, in my opinion. But again, Google. We have access to the internet. That's what makes us, the retail investors, at such an advantage. Even a few decades ago, people couldn't do their own research like this. People couldn't even buy. We're lucky that we can buy stocks on our phones. A long time ago, you had to buy a ticket. You had to go out there and buy a ticket and say, I want to buy the stock. Here's my ticket for it. And then you go through that exchange. So that's kind of the idea behind, my research. But also, I like tip ranks. I personally like it. So if you go on tip ranks and you look through, they have, the price targets. You can go through what the analysts say, some of the things for the investors, information about how they predicted this stock forecast. So tip ranks is also a good one that I like quite a bit. So if we go back, see how Zomedica is doing, just a quick check-in. Still doing good. We're still afloat. The anxiety makes me want to keep checking. So yeah, who else gets a lot of anxiety around the market? I wish I could say raise your hand, but I'm raising 2 hands right now. Yeah, OCGN. Let's look at OCGN. Arash, it's good seeing you, man. My man, always in the comments of the videos. I appreciate all your support. But let's look at OCGN because that's been a hot topic. Yeah, it had a nice run up today. So for anyone that's been in OCGN, congratulations. There was some positive data that came out for the company, but from $1.79 ran up quite a bit to $3.73. Came back down, looks like midweek, and now it's climbed back up. So anyone who's been in early adopters, if you will, $1.80, wow, 110% up. Congratulations, you're doing really well. So I got the new OCGN. Let's talk about Opsiva. OBSV stock price. Guys, so, with all good things that I've been talking about on the channel that have been doing very well over time, there are always going to be sometimes things that we'll lose money on in the short term. Again, keyword here, short term. Opsiva, I talked about after it ran up quite a bit. There was a little bit of a dip, but I think, let me check my price, my average price, just so we are all on the same page here. So Opsiva, my price average on it, just pulling it up on my phone, I'm down significantly, but my trade price, sorry, bear with me guys, just want to make sure I give you guys full accuracy and transparency. $4.74. So that's where I got it. That's pretty much what you would call the peak, right? And that happens. I had the fear of missing out, and guys, like everyone else, we'll make slight mistakes, but I don't consider mistakes. I consider them learning opportunities. Anytime we lose money in the stock market, guys, consider it a learning opportunity. Don't think about it as, oh man, I really messed up with this stock, because the only time you'll lose money in the market is when you sell your shares. So for me, with Opsiva, I'm someone who's holding long term, right? If we look at just tip ranks and some of the products that they have on their on their pipeline, if we look at Opsiva, remember, the price targets are $22.50 by some, some 5-star analysts, $17, $5. Sure, there's some low ones here. But again, guys, we need to understand this is now considered what we call a moderate buy, because one person is saying it's a sell. But the low $17, high $28, we need to understand that and appreciate the fact that we got in at maybe $4 and, whatever it was, $4.50. Let's see what everyone's saying about their price target, or what their entry prices are. $4.05 for Sebastian. Have a large amount of shares waiting for some action. Tisabir, I got in at $4.65. Yeah. So again, with Opsiva, don't be worried. It had a pullback because, again, it's an early biopharmaceutical company. But if you're someone who believes in the company, you're going to be buying the dips, right? You're going to be averaging down. And that's why I always say, one thing I want you all to be careful with when you buy to these biopharmaceutical companies is get some skin in the game, right? Put some money in, like what I do. Again, not financial advice. Average down if it pulls back. So say you have $100 that you want to invest today. Even if it's just in Opsiva or our favorite for the day, Zometica. You have $100 that you want to invest right now because you don't want to keep that in your pocket. Don't put the $100 directly into Zometica. Put that on, keep that as your buying power on whatever brokerage that you're using. Buy in, a third or a quarter or a fourth. A fourth is a quarter. A third or even half. $50 of your 100. I'm going to buy in. My price is going to be $1.87. If Zometica dips down to $1, put in another 50. Or if it dips down to 110 where it was previously consolidating, 110 it looks like throughout the week, 115. If it goes back down to that, that's when you put in the other 50 if you believe in the company long term, right? Don't ever have the fear of missing out, because I have fallen into that, guys. I mentioned this on my previous stream or 2 streams ago. I bought Bitcoin at like $19,000. Again, I was a college student, so I was pretty broke at the time. So I didn't buy much, but then I sold at $3,000. $3,000 was my sell price. So I lost a lot of money. And because of these things that happened to me, right? That's why I want to share these experiences with you all, to make sure you don't make the same mistakes. So if you believe in a company long term, if it dips down, don't sell the dips if you believe in the company. Because you will sell the dip and you'll be upset and disappointed when it rises back up. And we see that time and time again. For all of those who are in Zometica at $1.30, how many people freaked out? Be honest right now in the chat. How many people freaked out and bought in at $1.30, $1.40, and when it dipped back down, you got scared that it was going to drop to the ground, so you sold at 98 cents or lower? Be honest right now. Anybody? Yeah, Andrew, that's okay, man. Don't put the sad face. I understand. OCGN, you sold it to dip, right? Because you got worried. We as human beings get this innate worry, right? In our stomachs, it hurts. It makes you feel bad because you're like, I just lost so much money right there. I have to sell so I don't lose any more. And that psychological game is what plays with all of our emotions that makes us sell at a loss. And that's why I say, if you believe in a company long term, before you click that sell button, always remind yourself, do I believe in this company? If you believe in the company, then you're going to buy the dips instead of sell the dips, and then you're going to continue to have this positive relationship with the market, because ups and downs will occur. Today, I guarantee you, people are buying into Zometica. Right now, people are buying into Zometica at $1.88, $1.87, maybe $1.92. When it dropped this 13% earlier this morning, I bet you so many people sold as it was falling, because they were like, oh, it's going back down. And guess what? It came right back up. We can't predict the future. But if you're someone who believes in a company, you're going to hold it long term. So be careful. Always be careful. Make informed decisions before buying. And then the trailing stop loss. Yes, I was going to show you guys how to set a trailing stop loss. And I did say I'm going to use Robinhood because I still have my account. And yeah, why not? It's loading up here. My internet is just playing games today. So let's see. Let me pull up so I can show you guys how to set a trailing stop loss. All right. Okay. Here it is. So I'm going to change my screen real quick so you guys can see going with the trailing stop loss. Want to make sure everyone is aware of how to set it. It's super, super easy. But again, if you've never done it before, then you wouldn't know how to do it. So let me pull this up. All right, everyone can see my screen, right? For all of you who are wondering how to set a trailing stop loss, you can do this on Zometica. I'm just gonna show you with Viru. This is something that I bought a long time ago just for fun. A couple shares, nothing crazy. But I wanna show you guys kind of how to do it. This is on Robinhood just because it's user-friendly. I'm not saying I'm a big fan. It's because I still have some stocks in Robinhood, but I mainly use Webull, yes. So this is how you set a trailing stop loss, and I'm gonna take it slow. Super, super easy. Just people just aren't aware of it. That's all it is. So we'll go. So here's your Robinhood. If you want to pull up your phones right now, go ahead, everybody. You can follow along. We can do it all together. All you do is you click. So as if you're gonna go sell the share. So you click sell. So for me, it's this Viru, the Viru Pharmaceuticals, VERU. So you click sell, and then the dollar amount, and then whatever amount you want to sell, right? So instead of under the buy or sell, there's this drop down menu on your phones. If you're on the Robinhood cell phone app, you can do the same thing. You see that there's a market order, a limit order, a stop loss, a stop limit, a trailing stop order. So there's all these different ones. There's a stop limit order, which personally for me, yes, that's not a terrible thing to do. And there's a direct stop loss, but a trailing stop loss I think is the one that can give you potentially the most bang for your buck, but again, you could lose money too, obviously. But all you do is you click trailing stop loss under this drop down menu, under the sell, trailing stop order. And again, it's a percentage. You could do an amount if you'd like. So you could say, under this amount, please sell all my shares Robinhood. Under this amount that I'm specifying now, please sell all my shares Webull. So they will do that for you as your brokerage. So again, for me, I prefer percentages because again, that shifts based off how the stock is doing. So Zometica, if you're long term on it, today we saw a fantastic run up. If you think it's going to continue to have a run up, but you don't know when to sell, set a trailing stop loss to hold on tight to the gains that you've already made so you don't lose them all, right? So percentage wise, some people say set a 5%, set a 10%, depending on what you think is going to happen with the stock. So you could do a 10% trailing stop loss. So if we go back to Zomedica though, this is the problem with trailing stop losses. If we go back to Zomedica, just look at the 5-day chart, or excuse me, the 1-day chart. It peaked at $1.88 this morning before it dipped down 13%. That means if you had a trailing stop loss set and you had it set and it ran up to 188, all your shares sold pretty much before that dip there. So probably around a 170 range or so. So if we go back, that's if you had a 10% stop loss. If you had a 15% stop loss set, again, you can create this number based off how much money you've made on the stock. And we go back to Zomedica. And again, it only dropped down from its high this morning, about 13.33%. That means your stocks would have not sold at 13% drop in price. And rather, right now, you'd still be holding your shares, awaiting a 15% drop from its all-time high for the time being. So that means right now, at 192, if you set a trailing stop loss and it's seen that 192 price, so since you set the trailing stop loss at 192, anything that drops down under 15%, 10%, whatever you set the trailing stop loss to, right now we're going 15%. If it drops 15% from 192, guys, all your shares are going to automatically sell. That's it. There's no turning back. So again, I tried to explain that, and if it makes sense, it's not a bad thing to do. It's something that I do for a lot of my shares. I set a trailing stop loss. I did it for Plug. Let's go back to Plug stock price. Plug is one that I set a trailing stop loss for. This was before this insane run up. I bought it at $13 again, but I was someone who wanted to protect the gains that I made on the stock just in case it had a dip back or it would have dipped back down. So I think it was around the 30. I'm not even sure what it was. I want to say around $40. I decided to set a trailing stop loss because I was like, okay, if I bought it at $13, I don't want to get greedy. Yes, I could have made more money. Very true. If I would have held 400% gain instead of what? 45% gain or so, I was still happy with the money I made. So I set a trailing stop loss and said, okay, it dips down. For me, I set a 10%. If it dips down 10% from that price, sell my shares, please. And I had that on Webull. So I sold all my shares. So guys, the reason I'm teaching you all about the trailing stop losses is that it's not a bad thing to have. Just in case, if you want to protect your wealth, you can set a 5%, you can set a 2%, a 1% trailing stop loss, which is insensible because again, for penny stocks throughout the day, they're going to go up 5, 10, 15% pretty easily. So you set a trailing stop loss that you think makes sense to protect your wealth and to protect your gains that you're making in the market. And again, it doesn't have to be a trailing stop loss. It's the one that's the percentage, so it makes the most sense for me. You could do a stop order, you could do a limit, stop loss order, or a stop limit order. So stop limit order, again, that's just what price do you want to set it at, and then the limit price, and then how many shares you want to sell at that price. So again, you could play around with all these different options, guys, but make sure if you ever want to learn more about them, just use Google. Robinhood, Webull, whatever brokerage will have information all, about how to set a trailing stop loss properly. So I'll leave this up for now, just in case more people come later and ask about how to set it. But again, doing our refresh on Zometica, still at 186. Just watch it. They have access to trailing stop losses. Let's see what everyone is saying in the chat. We're at 368 people. Thank you guys for, getting us up that high. That is pretty insane. And thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate it. We are doing pretty awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Sorry, it's so hard. I wish there was a way to like highlight chats, but I do miss a lot. Dare, yeah, Dare is one that actually I know a lot of people have been covering. So let's talk about it a little bit. Dare Biosciences. I don't know what's on their. I don't know what's currently on their pipeline. It's one that I know a lot of YouTubers covered. Actually, people even mentioned it on the Discord. But Dare Biosciences. Is that it? With that, is this it? Dare Bio? I think so. Because a few people have been asking about Dare. Zometica to the moon. I love it, man. Zomedica to the moon. But shorts wanted to drop today. Keep the pressure. Yes. Hold on to your shares tight. I like saying that. Not financial advice. So let's see here. Dare Biosciences. I like their website. This is pretty cool. So it seems like they're going to probably have some female products. Obviously, they have the female sign. We're driven by a mission to accelerate a diverse portfolio of novel therapeutics for women that expand treatment options, improve outcomes, and facilitate convenience. With the clinical trials underway, our focus is areas include contraception, big in the United States and the whole world at this point, fertility, and sexual and vaginal health. Okay, cool. Let's see what they have. As I told you guys, I like to look at their pipeline, right? Daring to be different. Yeah, the marketing on this is pretty cool. I like that. They have everything here. Wow, couple in phase 3. Bacterial vaginosis, Dare BV1. So bacterial vaginosis is something that I see quite a bit at the pharmacy. You know, people get antibiotic courses for it, obviously, because it's a bacterial infection. But yeah, so they have one that's in phase 3 clinical trials. Ovaprene, which is a hormone-free monthly contraception. Cool. I am a huge fan of non-hormonal contraceptives. Guys, females of all ages that have been on contraceptives, and if you want to be transparent in the chat, feel free to do so if you've ever been on a contraceptive before, but I know it's something that really bothers a lot of girls, you know, having to go through the hormonal changes, especially when you first initiate hormonal birth control. You know, something that I have to talk about with every female that I see that is on it at my pharmacy is that, you know, weight gain. Right? Weight fluctuations are so common, especially the weight gain. I don't want to say there's much of a weight loss that happens with hormonal contraceptives. Also, you're messing with your hormone, the estrogen levels, right? Most of these are ethylene estradiol. They're estrogen-based hormones. So estrogen, we know, not only has, you know, implications when it comes to mood, when it comes to just the female's well-being, but again, when it comes to these hormonal contraceptives, especially estrogen-based, there is this, you know, warning that's on all of them that says, you know, increased risk for stroke, clotting, etc. So there's a lot of side effects that come with these hormonal birth controls. They do work well. The contraceptives do work well. They're 90% effective if taken properly on a daily basis. But anything that says hormone-free catches my eye. So for Dare Biosciences, I'm already super excited. And looks like pivotal top-line data 2022. So the big thing into bacterial vaginosis looks like what everyone has on their radar, because 2022, that's not till next year. Sildenafil cream, female sexual arousal disorder. That's huge. That's really big. Anything that plays in sexual health in these pharmaceutical companies, big. Guys, I'm actually getting kind of excited. I don't know why I haven't looked at this company before. So whoever mentioned it, a few people have been talking about Dare. Let me give a shout out to the ones who brought it up, because I think I might be buying it at some point. Let me see here. Who do I give a shout out to? Who mentioned Dare, or who's invested in Dare? Whoever mentioned it, thank you, because I think that this has some potential already. Depending on what the price is at right now, I might actually buy in today. So we'll have to look at more things, because again, this is just an overview, and I told you guys I like to do my due diligence before putting money in. But yeah, a few things in preclinical trials. User-controlled long-acting reversible contraceptives. Huge, long-acting. So there's a lot of Depo-Provera, for example. I'm saying a lot of names and items that I see in practice. But again, there's some that are currently out there. But again, not the most favorable side effects. So if this has a better side effect profile, that intrigues me. Monthly injectable contraceptives. Some females don't mind the fact that, you know, they can just inject something instead of having to take a pill every day or an insertion. You know, there's some that you do put like intravaginal applicators, things like that are for contraception. So the fact that there's, you know, an injectable on their preclinicals, that's pretty cool. Male and female contraceptive target. So guys, they have a lot of products on their pipeline. but we'll focus on bacterial vaginosis, this product here. So let's see. Dare BV1 bioadhesive gel. So it's a gel. Cool. That's one of the thing that I see mainly for bacterial vaginosis. I'll see metronidazole applicators. So again, same thing. It's a potential frontline option for treatment of bacterial vaginosis. Thermosetting, prolonged release, antibiotic formulation, aims to help treat once and done. Okay, so maybe so if it's a one-time application, that actually intrigues me too. But it looks like maybe it's a little longer than that. Okay, I need to slow down just to keep you guys with me here. I'm doing a deep dive on this right now, which is something that maybe I shouldn't do too much of on the stream, because I know we want to just kind of look at things in a little bit. But it seems like a lot of people are in DARE, so let's do more research here. Let's look at it. So bacterial vaginosis, so we know this is one of the most common vaginal infections, 21 million women. So again, this is bacterial across 21 million, and I think this is an annual thing, not. So we see a lot of it. I see it almost on a daily basis at my pharmacy. While there are several orally and vaginally delivered therapeutic interventions, again, metronidazole vaginal applicators is the thing that I see most commonly currently. So the fact that their product here is also an applicator, that's pretty cool. Just doing a quick skim. Thermosetting vaginal gel formulated with clindamycin. So again, clindamycin, very potent antibiotic. Makes sense. Designed for prolonged localized release of the antibiotic. Positive top-line results. So results are always important at phase 3 trial for DARE in patients diagnosed with bacterial vaginosis. So I wonder when this all came out. So sorry for everyone who's been following. I should have maybe made a video on DARE Biosciences at some point. Overpreen, they're partnered with Bayer. Oh, I didn't. Yo, YXNG, bro. if you spam like that, it really doesn't. I have to keep looking back at the chat, so I'll let you know, man. I talked about it a little bit ago, but anywho, let's see. So their product for bacterial vaginosis BV1 relative to placebo. So the clinical cure at day 7 to 14, 76% cure rate. That's cure rate. I now have to double check that. A p-value, guys, anything under 0.05 makes it statistically significant, but not necessarily clinically significant. So again, I'll look at that a little later. I'll maybe look into this more in more detail. An extensive FDA guidance that modified intent MITT to exclude subjects, intent to treat. Okay. So overall, as of right now, what I'm seeing with this here is, I think it's fantastic. Like, they have some cool things on their pipeline. I want to know more about their financials. I want to know more about, how they're doing overall. Let's look at the price action. Actually, if we pull up DARE Biosciences, what's it on the 5-day? Okay, dipped at 210. Okay, so there's probably some news that, wow, shot up 100% in January. That's ridiculous. It's still at $100 million market cap, $99 million. Okay, that's pretty, I don't know. That's small. Super small. So had support for a long time over the 6 month at $1. Some good news probably came out, which I'll look into, guys. A 5-year, jeez. I wonder if that's just a glitch, because I don't think that's accurate. But anywho, if we look at the 1 year, that's what I'm really worried about. So it has strong support, some strong holders of the stock around the $1 range. So since then, we're up 140% or so, right? Approximately 123%. So guys, I'm gonna keep this one on your radar. I'm gonna keep this definitely on my radar. I'll look into it. If they're actually partnered with Bayer Pharma, like that's kind of crazy. Second drug, yeah. So let's go back. If they're actually being, Bayer Pharma, they're the ones who manufacture aspirin. Bayer Pharma, they're a German-based pharmaceutical company that I have seen in drug trials. I'm a person who loves reading about drug trials. So the Esprit trial, which they looked at, aspirin versus no aspirin in elder adults. Because again, one of the big things is your parents probably take aspirin, for example, but it's been found that maybe they're not as important. And Bayer actually funded that project without any incentive to them, just rather they wanted to know more about if aspirin is a good product to keep in the market. But yeah, partnered with Bayer. It says here Overpreen is designed for. So they are potentially partnered with Bayer Pharmaceuticals. And guys, if you know anything about Bayer Pharma stock price. The thing is, they're German-based, right? No, that's not it. Not Bayer AG. Yeah, Bayer AG. I think that is their ticker symbol. Yes. It's, again, a German-based pharmaceutical company. But yeah, guys, $66 billion market cap. I mean, Bayer Pharma is a huge, huge company. Keep Dare on your radar. I don't want to bore you longer. That's insane. I want to know more about it. I might start a position after I do some research later and maybe make a video on Dare Biosciences. So shout out to Dare. All right. What else do we have? FDA approvals. Prabi, I think it is. If you go to just literally FDA drug approval, if you Google it, the FDA website directly, Access FDA here, this first one that I go to, this will tell you which ones are in, and then you can also look at the PDUFA calendar. So if we go back, you can look at the PDUFA calendar. So I think it's under Bio PDUFA, PDUFA calendar, under biopharmacatalyst.com. For anyone that wants to keep biopharmaceutical companies on their radar, easy. Wa alaikum salam, man. Good seeing you in the comments. This website here shows you the what we call the PDUFA calendar. Basically, when the PDUFA, and then it says it here, refers to the date that the Food and Drug Administration are expected to deliver their decision whether or not an approval of an NDA, new drug application, is going to be accepted or rejected. So here it is, I'll go back one more time, biopharmacatalyst.com. It's a website that I use quite a bit. They have the PDUFA calendar, so you can see on the 11th, this here, it looks like it's a monoclonal antibody, Evinacumab, other monoclonal antibodies, and it shows the stock price next to it. So you can kind of keep your eye on it. Oftentimes what we see is if there's positive, if the FDA approves a drug, skyrockets. If it doesn't, drops like a rock. So keep that in mind. All right. Well, that is the PDUFA calendar. PDUFA. Shout out to everyone who is liking, commenting. Zometica to $10. That's cool. I like the optimism. I'm all about it. No, we're not doing any pump and dumping. NNIKO. We don't want to do any of that. What's that check mark? That's kind of cool. Hello, VG. I like how you have a check mark next to your name. That's unique. How'd you get that? How's it going? Big pullback to come. Check out SENS. We talked about Sensionics actually earlier in the chat. That's a cool highlight. I like that. I like that highlight. Sensionics. How are we doing on Sense? SENS 305. Jaguar Health. Looks like it's consolidating today at 270. Zomedica. Zomedica. Zomedica looks like 187. It's chilling right around there. Oh, 550,000 subscribers. Well, hello, VG. What's up, man? Big dog coming in the channel with the small dogs. Welcome. AAME thoughts. AAME. I mean, since we have some celebrities coming in the channel, why not? Let's address it. AAME. Everyone's a celebrity in my book. Holy smokes. Jeez, 374% increase on the day. Bro, why are you bringing this to the channel, man? That's insanity. I don't know anything about the company, to be honest. Looks like 360 about Atlantic. I have to do some research on it, but bruh, my God, 500%. Wait, what happened? There must be some kind of news that you know of that. I don't know. I'm not a person who ever chases a stock. This is everyone who's in the channel right now. I'm looking at this just because it was mentioned, but for anyone that, you know, when you think about FOMO, unless there's like some, it's still a baby company, 231 market cap, but anyone that sees anything like this of a run up this high, be careful. Don't buy in at the peak and then end up seeing a drop. Unless, you know, again, there's some true momentum following the price action, leads financial gainers. Yo, what's going on? I wonder what's happening. Soaring Friday despite a lack of news coming from the insurance company. So it's an insurance company. American. I wonder if it was targeted by Wall Street bets. At that point, that's surprising. So, to invest that YouTube money. Yeah. So you think IDEX is gonna run up or dip? IDEX, honestly, guys, I have not really put any skin in the game into IDEX. It's one that I need to actually look into. I truly think they have some strong potential. I know the boy Chris Sane has been talking about it lately. We saw it run up, but unfortunately, IDEX was one that was brought to my attention, I think at $1.50. I didn't buy it. Do I regret it? Absolutely. Am I upset? Absolutely not. Because guess what? With the stock market, more and more opportunities will continue to present themselves. So we're going to look out for the next play. But yeah, what's going to happen? I'm not sure. I have to do more research into IDEX. But for anyone that got in early, congratulations. Just be wary because it did have a significant run up this week. $4.05 up. So yeah, maybe some support throughout the day. Just today on Friday at about $4.90 to $5. So anytime you find support, that's good, but that doesn't mean that it can't pull back more or it can't shoot back up either. So understand that. Guys, I'm really enjoying the live stream. I don't know. This has been pretty awesome. We've been about 300 viewers throughout the day, which is fantastic. Yeah, the wife is definitely messing with me. All right, let's see what we got. ACB. Zomedica to the moon. How about Zomedica? Hopefully I don't lose. Yeah, I mean, hold long term. That's my opinion on Zomedica. But set the trailing stop loss if you're up significantly on anything. CRNT. CRNT. I'm actually invested in CRNT. I did research about it, but I can't remember too much. I think they have to do with the 5G potential, if I'm not mistaken. Caragon. Yeah. So I bought in a while ago, though. Probably beginning of January. So it's had its significant run up. Jeez. But anywho, peaked at 646. And it's come back down significantly, 537. So again, guys, when we're shifting to this new hot 5G topic, we have to understand that there's going to be some winners in this space. Nokia, for example, right? A lot of people are forgetting that Nokia, although it was targeted by Wall Street bets, Nokia actually is stepping into the 5G space. So again, their market cap, and don't get fooled. A lot of people look at the stock price and think, oh, that's an undervalued stock. It's only $4. Pay attention to market cap, guys. $23 billion, that's a pretty big company. This is well established. Anything in this range, not necessarily considered a penny stock. Actually, not considered a penny stock at all. 23 billion is a huge market cap. They have a dividend. So understand that Nokia is stepping into the 5G space, so that makes me more interested. I actually bought into Nokia. Again, no one really uses Nokia cell phones anymore, but the fact that they're in the 5G space and they're working with even a space company to get 5G potential from a satellite perspective. When it comes to those things, guys, we need to keep that in mind and understand it. So that's with Nokia there. But the same thing for CRNT. They have potential, 436 million. Look at this. This is a fraction of Nokia. But again, Nokia is a behemoth. It's a beast. It's been around for a lot longer. This one was just established, I think it's in the last, not too long, 5 years really? Maybe longer? I don't know if that's accurate. But again, the fact that they're getting into the 5G space, this stock has potential to grow. So I'm a fan of CRNT. I'm an investor. Full disclosure there. Yeah. I don't know what the next Zometica is going to be. I really wonder too. I am not sure. Sensionics, again, it's already as established as Zometica, but there's some penny stocks out there right now that have some magnificent potential that we need to find yet. So for anyone who didn't get into Zometica early on, remember that more opportunities will arise in the market. So don't be impatient. Just hold on and things will come up. So there's Zometica. Our baby will stay in the background for a little longer. So I'll stream for a little longer. But guys, you guys have been killing it. I've really been appreciating all the support on the channel. We did break 13K subscribers today. 13,000 subs. So guys, we're really just flying up, and I hope we just continue seeing this growth. Again, the Discord is pinned. Feel free to join in to have great conversations about all things stocks. Free, no charge, open to the public. So please feel free to hop in. BNGO. Let's talk about BNGO. Why not? There was some pullback today, right? If I'm not mistaken, from its all-time high. It looks like it didn't have a high. I think it was a little more than 1244, but regardless, down 12% today, 12% on the 5-day, from Tuesday. So BNGO, if you're a person who's long on it, I think we're gonna have some fantastic potential. BNGO, guys, it's next level. I really think that this company here is going to be, it's gonna have such a magnificent future. I'm in at $2 a share and I'm still holding because I think we're just getting started with BNGO. So congrats to all of you who got in early. I'm holding my shares tight because I think sooner than later, ARK Invest, that's been the biggest thing, is are they going to put it on their ETF? And if they do, we're going to see it, increase in price more likely than not. Actually, definitely. $14 price targets, right? If we go to tip ranks, BNGO, a couple people from these Wall Street folks decided to up its price target. So again, at a very high, the more recent, so again, some are a little more outdated, a couple months, but the most recent $14 price targets. So if you're someone who's looking to just get in and see if it reaches that $14 mark, not a bad buying opportunity today. This week, ending the week strong, ending the week on a low, right? Back to where it was pre-run up on Tuesday. It looks like 15%. I think it's a buying opportunity. Can it pull back further? Absolutely. But again, I'm just expressing my opinions. Lon, man, I appreciate the donation, man. It's going to really help out the channel. So let's see what you got. Can you look at Biolase? And thank you for your information and research. Dare was on my watch list and I just opened a position. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Dare is one that I actually want to definitely look into. And, the fact that you brought Biolase up, actually, I'm not familiar with it. Biolase stock. Baby company. So, guys, I always talk about it like this. First thing before we, dig into to Biolase, we always have to understand companies like Biolase, again, pharmaceutical companies that have $100 million market cap, 150, 200 or less, 300 or less. These are companies that have they're baby companies. They're just getting started. They probably have things on their pipeline. So let's look into Biolase. If it's, again, it looks like advancing dentistry. Cool. I'm already intrigued. The fact that they're looking to advance dentistry, that's just let's pull up a new tab and look into Biolase. I like to do this research outside of stream in case, because then again, we'll talk about it. But everyone that's in, I'll let you guys know what I think about it. Biolase, advancing dentistry. So what are they doing here? Waterlase Express, diverse company. So what do they have here? This Waterlase, the fast way to grow your practice. Waterlase Express lets you perform more procedures in a single visit with minimally invasive procedures that mean more stress-free moments for patients and staff. It is the easiest way to join all tissue laser revolution. Okay. Waterlase Express has the power and simplicity to solve dental problems efficiently and beyond expectation. The versatile and gentle combination of laser energy and water has the power to relieve dental anxiety at the source for you, your team, and your patients to serve. Cool. Okay, this is one that I've not heard of before. So shout out to Jonathan, I think was the name. Let me just make sure I don't get that wrong. Shout out Lon. Thank you so much, man, for bringing this one to my attention. And let's look into it, bro. So let's see. What are the products that they have? Looks like they already have products potentially in the market. So let's see. Soft tissue laser. So I wonder if it's like periodontists instead of just, general practitioners that use this. Geez, I don't know. My computer's tweaking. But so they have these lasers, huh? Let's see. The water. They talked about the Express quite a bit. Okay, so they're tapping into the laser space. So I wonder, Lon, if you know, what are the current available products in the market that are competitors to Biolase? If you're aware of any. So let's see, advancing dentistry practices. So redefine a dental experience for your patients. I mean, I want to know more. This is actually super intriguing. See what are the features that they have. Learning to learn to simply, let's see. Clinical support you need to succeed. I want to know more about this, Lon. This is actually super interesting. Clinical articles, dental podcasts, testimonials, some case studies. Let's look at some case studies. Again, I'm not a dentist. I have friends who are dentists actually, but you know, with the pharma background, anything biotech really always intrigues me. So let's see what they got. Browse your collection of Waterlase dentistry case studies. Find a brief illustration. Case study, doctor. 50% increase in period. So it is a period. Okay, so I was kind of right. So oftentimes, again, I'm not a dentist, guys, but my understanding is, as we age, especially when it comes to, so what I see at my pharmacy, right? I always tie this back to my workplace. What I kind of see in practice is a lot of patients, especially the baby boomer population, are getting periodontal procedures done. So we know that they're pretty invasive, and because of the fact that they're invasive, and I don't know if this company here is addressing this issue specifically, but invasive procedures when it comes to these dental, whatever it might be, a tooth replacement, or if they're working up in the gums or anything like that, root canals, periodontal work, in general, those are invasive, and anyone that has knee replacements, anyone that has had any type of surgery, there's a risk with these procedures. That is pericarditis. Sorry, I'm trying to tap into my pharmacy brain for a second and leaving the stock brain. So with pericarditis, again, it's an infection directly of the pericardial tissue of the heart. That is very scary. So what they usually do is they pre-medicate these patients going into their dentists. And I see this every single day at the pharmacy. A lot of older people, especially the baby boomers, 65 and up, 70 years of age at this point, they're going in and getting dental work done because they didn't really, I don't know. People don't take care of their teeth like they should. Even when I go to my dentist, I saw my dentist a couple months ago, like, hey, floss your teeth. How many of you floss right now? Comment in the chat if you're a person who flosses your teeth. I try, but I'm not the best. So, but regardless, the fact that they're using laser, that makes me think, and the fact that it's minimally invasive, there's some potential. You know, there's some potential there for sure. So I want to do more research on this company, Lon, but I really am interested. Anything that's non-invasive always catches my eye. Investing in Waterlase. So it looks like this is just an investor, a doctor, or a practice in North Carolina. 8 office staff. So this is not really talking about the patient though. I want to know the patient experience and what occurs during. Let's see. So this is a periodontist. I think that's the same one I clicked the first time. Let's see, Justin Kang. Water floss. Water floss. Is that an actual thing? Sends you actually floss your teeth. Well, good for you, man. I need to become a better flosser. It's so important, guys. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Preoperative, 8 weeks post, 12 weeks post-operative. Dr. Justin Kang experienced production growth of more than 37% within 4 months with Waterlase. Interesting. Hourly production after Waterlase. So they may be able to do more. Yeah, Lon, you caught me off guard with this one, man. This is... I wish I had an investor tab. Let's see. Let's look at some of the clinical articles quick before I move on. Because this one caught my eye. If you're still here. Lon Amateur. Guys, who's in Biolase? Can you guys comment if any of you guys are invested in Biolase? And TRXC we actually talked about a little bit ago. What's the best kind of toothpaste? I like Crest, but I don't know if I'm not like, you know, Colgate, Crest. Really, toothpaste is just a kind of acetate. Some have fluoride in it, which can help the teeth. Not a dentist, so don't take my words for, you know, for anything. But is anyone here is anyone here invested in Biolase? Wow, significant price increase, but still a baby company, guys. Oh, they got NASDAQ compliance recently. Let me look it up here. What's this Yahoo Finance article have? Let's go, Zometica. Yeah, it's doing well. Let's tab back to it quick. I don't mean to spaz out, guys, between all these tabs, but I have way too many up. ZOM. 193. Are we gonna hit $2? Are we gonna hit $2 with Zomedica? Oh my goodness, wow. Okay, we're at an all-time high, I believe. All-time high. Let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. That's super exciting. So Biolase, let's see what it says here. So it's a medical device company. I like Yahoo Finance because they kind of just give you a quick synopsis of a company. But Lon, I definitely want to look into this one and join our Discord if you haven't, Lon, because I want to have more conversations about this. If you want to message me, I think this one that might deserve a nice video actually, because if they're non-invasive, again, saving potential risk for that pericarditis that I mentioned with dental procedures that we see, because we pre-medicate with a lot of amoxicillin, this here has a bright future. So again, it's a medical device company that develops, manufactures, markets, and sells laser systems in dentistry and medicine. So I want to know more about the laser systems. Biolase's products advance practice dentistry and medicine for patients and healthcare professionals. Biolase proprietary laser products incorporate approximately 271 patented and 40 patent pending technologies to provide biologically and clinically superior performance with less pain and faster recovery. That's huge. So anything with efficiency, anything with less invasive, that's the future. We are people who do not like pain. I don't know, if you like pain, then you're a strange human being. But humans do not like pain. We know that for a fact. That's why we have narcotics, especially in the US. You know, we have the opioid crisis that's going on. And a lot of people do get opioids after their procedures that are invasive. So guys, Curtis, you're crazy if you like pain, man. Yeah, that's but Elon, I'm going to do more due diligence on this. I think this one deserves its own video, my man. So thank you for bringing this on my radar. Guys, I like companies like this. Innovative, small cap, yet to have its run up, yet to have its true growth. Sure, if we look at the price action, it's went up significantly. It was, it wasn't complying, it looks like, with the NASDAQ. If we look at the 6 month back, even like last December, 27 cents, and that's kind of where it's consolidating, but it's seeing some price action. So I want to see if there's news about the company, if there's some strong things that are happening that cause it 400% run up. But since $1.50, it's cooled down quite a bit from its $1.50 in January 26th, 18% down. Does that present a buying opportunity? Maybe. So I'll do more due diligence. I'll do more of a deep dive on it. But keep Biolase on your radar, because I think that they have something here, guys. So that's Biolase. I want to look into it. All right. What else do we have here? Zometica 195. Is that so? All right. 192. Okay, dropped down a little bit, so I'm guessing. Sorry, that's the laptop over there. But we're at 380 people. People are really focusing on Zomedica. I think I don't know what's happening, guys. Set your trailing stop losses, but let's keep holding. I'm holding myself. I can't tell you whether to buy or sell, but I don't know where we're going, guys. 27% increase in price is crazy. Crazy. And if you're new in the chat, please hit the like button. We want to get this chat trending, the live stream. So thank you all for all your support, guys. I mean, it's been crazy how much support we're seeing. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm pulling up here to see where we're at. Sorry about the noise. That's just separate TV. Let's see, where are we at with Zomedica? Yeah, we're doing really good. 191. Guys, just be careful, maybe a little bit. Some people are taking some profits, which makes sense, but let's keep at it. Man, so many people in the chat. Sorry, I'm trying to read through, but holy smokes. I'm trying to keep up. I'm not really familiar with that one at all, actually. DNMR. Karen English. Thank you for bringing up Danimer Scientific. No one is talking about it. Danimer Scientific. Everybody, if you follow my journey, let's go back. Let's go on YouTube here real quick. If you follow the channel, if we go to the channel and go to videos, we know Danimer Scientific. We scroll back far enough. A month ago, we talked about Danimer Scientific, guys. Let's go to where it was. $22.15. this was one that I told everybody that people are going to be sleeping on. I saw the potential because, again, I said Danimer Scientific, renewable plastics. They're creating plastics for us to potentially have, recyclable and reusable. So the big thing is that our plastic industry is causing so much pain and agony, and it's contributing to the climate change issue, the global warming issue. So we talked about this back on December 24th, 2020. I told you guys, people are sleeping on Danimer. They went public via SPAC with LOAK. So at the time they were LOAK, right? So I went through the website. I talked about how they're making this renewable and reusable plastic. And again, even their manufacturing process for it, it's 100% green. So I was like, guys, with a Biden administration potentially coming up after he was elected president, I know there were some skeptics out there. I was saying Danimer Scientific is going to be one that is going to give us some nice returns. Again, it wasn't for financial advice, but look what happened. It's tripled in price since then. So Karen, thank you for bringing that one up. Danimer is one I am long on. I really think $4.7 billion. Yes, it's going up, but guys, the things that they have, please just go on their website and read about Danimer Scientific. We don't see SPACs maintain this kind of, SPACs that go public maintain their price action this much. After it went public in January, again, it looks like it peaked about $50 and it dropped, so there was a potential buying opportunity. But again, guys, I think, we're seeing it. It's up 30% on the week. Look at GEVO, something else that you guys have been bringing up. GEVO. Don't look at the 1 day. Let's not look at that. Let's look at the 1 month. $4, up 157%. It's at 11.52. These are companies that have solid products already out there. They have revenues coming in. These aren't the penny stocks that I'm always talking about. Rather, companies that are well established, that have some fantastic potential in the long run, especially with the Biden presidency. Again, we'll talk about one more, BHTG stock, right? BHTG, when I talked about $1.40, I think it was. And then since then, let's see, I think I talked about it right here, Wednesday, January 20th. We saw it run up 44% after we talked about it on the channel, and it kind of cooled down a little bit. But again, up still 25% since we talked about it. High-Tech, again, it is a company that is looking to make our planet a better planet. It's one of those bio-renewable. They have the digestive. They want to take care of our food waste specifically. So they have these food digesters and sanitization type products on their pipeline. So again, some of these are already being bought. They have contracts out there. Keep High-Tech on your radar. $40 million market cap. Guys, $40 million. That is what I call underpriced. That is a baby company. There's so much. I don't want to overhype it. I'm sorry, I do that all the time, but I'm so excited about High-Tech. I'll pull up my portfolio, again, and show you guys. I have been holding since $1.40. After it ran up 40, I could have sold. 40% increase, but I can only see this company going way further. William Cook, thoughts on CCIV. We've been talking about it. CCIV, it hit $35 today. CCIV up 15.3% on the day. Guys, this is all based off rumors, which is just insane to me. That is mind-boggling. CCIV, I took my profits. I'm gonna be first one to admit, at $33. I bought it at $14 when I made the video, and I told you guys, if we see it run up solely based off rumors, don't be afraid to take profits. But again, if this merger goes through, I'm buying in more. I'm gonna be buying in more. So William, CCIV, again, if they end up merging with Lucid Motors, guys, I don't even just look at their cars. Look at their cars. LucidMotors.com. Look at the vehicles that they have. Would you just look at it? Look at that. If this merger goes through, the Lucid Air gonna be their early spring 2020, right? Begin spring 2020, guys. Spring 2020 is here. We are approaching. Next month is what we call spring 2021. Sorry, I keep saying 2020. 2021. Look at this, their car. Like, if you watch, look at their prototype, look at the product, look at their website, for God's sake. Any company like this that's currently private, it's not even public, they're keeping up with their stock, their website and their product this much. If this goes public, this is going to be such a steal. Even at $30, at $9 billion market cap currently, guys, for CCIV, it's really going to go to the moon. I can't see this going anywhere under, for a price target, if you can ask me, doubling easily. I could see that, right? And if we compare this to NIO, compared to Tesla, that have these products already in place, if Lucid Motors continues to do a good job of marketing, if they, again, end up going through with this merger, they go public, which is going to bring in even a bit more money. Think about that, more money coming into this company. So I would expect them to sell some of their shares, right? To take in that revenue, 15 billion, whatever it might be, the billions of dollars that are coming in to increase their production. Saudi Arabia, don't forget, they are working directly with Saudi Arabia, guys. So because of that, we need to understand, they want to have products over there in the Middle East, and we know with the Middle East, that's where the Arab money is, right? I have visited Saudi Arabia, I have visited Abu Dhabi, again, Dubai, the areas that have plenty of money to spend on these luxury vehicles. This Lucid Motors, guys, is going directly to the moon. So CCIV, if I see it dip back down or if the news comes out, I'm buying immediately. But for right now, I did take profits. Set your trailing stop loss. If you bought in early, set your trailing stop losses. And we talked about that earlier, so please make sure you do so. All right, VTGN, stock price. And thank you, 388 for the donation, man. It really helps out the channel quite a bit. So still trying to figure out a way to give back to everybody. The fact that you guys are giving me so much, we're growing the community, we're growing the channel. So I'm currently identifying a way to give back to each and every single one of you. I don't know how it's going to be. Right now the Discord is free. That's the one thing that I can provide. So I will post any stock that I want to mention on the channel on the Discord before I upload it directly. Zometica 199. Hold up. We'll talk about VTGN in a second here. 388, but let's go back to Zometica real quick. I need to see it. I've really been waiting for this day. Come on. 197? Dang it, did I miss it? Oof, we're almost there. William, you're welcome, man. CCIV, Lucid Motors, I am long. I am someone who's going to, even if the news comes, as soon as I hear anything, and unfortunately it's already had its run up just on rumors, if it happens, we're going to see it go to the moon. $70, $100, who knows? It's going to the moon. But Zomedica, guys, we're almost there. Come on, hold those shares. We want to see $2. That's just going to be so nice to look at, even if it stays there for a little bit. Or it might break that wall and skyrocket. Who knows? But I know people are keeping this on the radar. 300 Zomedica 108. The diabetic dentist. Congratulations, my man. Hey, are you a dentist? If you're a dentist, I want to talk to you for a second because we have a product that we talked about earlier on the stream that I think has some potential. So let me know if you're an actual dentist, if you don't mind. It will with the news. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Inshallah. 199. Come on. 198. Guys, we're going to see it. Dental student. All right, the diabetic dentist. We need to talk, man. So someone came in early and told me about this Biolase company. Small market cap. Look at it. It's $153 million. And I want to know more. I work Zomedica by Thursday. It will. Jay Daniels, can you not spam, man? Here, I'll ban. That's just too much, guys. We can't have that. Sorry. Yeah, please don't no robots, please. I don't know. Yeah, the diabetic dentist, if you could join the Discord too and let me know what your name is. I actually want a dental student, even dentist, because it's a company that works with lasers. So I'm not a bot, bro. We're at $2. Did we hit it? Oh, hold up. Let's go back to Zometica real quick. 199. I keep missing it. This is insane, guys. Zometica, we are seeing this live. $2 a share. Everybody, we bought in at 40 cents. That is a 5x return on your investment. 5x return. Everybody, please. Keep 201. We broke the barrier. 201. Guys, please. Again, because this is short term, 196. Yeah, we're going to see some people take profits. Set your trailing stop losses. I say that. We might see it dip back down. But oh my goodness, guys, we saw it today. You witnessed it live on the Your Pop channel. Yes, we saw Zometica hit $2. I can't stop smiling because that's fantastic. My goodness, guys. So, for anyone that believed in, the things that I mentioned about Zometica, I know there's been some naysayers out there. There's the bears who said Zometica is going to drop. When I talked about it at 40 cents and it went to 80 cents and they were like, no, it's going to crash, it's going to burn. There's already point of care tests out there for pets. That doesn't matter. Their product is superior in my opinion. So, man, I am so energetic Hello, GG. Yes, good game, folks. Set your trailing stop losses. I should probably do mine. And we have 100 more viewers than we did earlier. Welcome everyone to the chat. Please like the live stream so we can get it to even more people out there. We've been live for 2 hours. It's been crazy, and I have all this energy, which is just insane. It's 1:15 p.m. over here, and I don't wanna stop the stream. Having too much fun. All right, pull back, but it's coming back up. Zometica. We're not doing any of those technical analysis. We're not gonna pull out the charts. We're looking at Google. We're looking at just the pure one-day chart, very plain. But guys, we know that there's pretty strong resistance right now. We did see it past the $2 mark though, 201. Jose, man, I love you too, man. Too excited. This is a good day, especially for all those who started with me way back when. But definitely, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm gonna find a way to give back to everyone. You guys are just, killing it. The channel's been doing so well. So yeah, it's coming down. Yeah, it's gonna come down. Trailing stop loss is meant for that. It's gonna come down, but come right back up. I appreciate you. Denise, how am I? Okay, swing trade or long term? Swing trade or long term for what? So excited, bought Zometica when you bought it. That Jeep, congrats, man. Remember, guys, don't be greedy. Set your trailing stop losses. You got a new sub. Stock market guy, I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. You're a pop. Your pursuit of purpose. I'm here to just get everyone on things that I truly believe in. And again, I'm open to dialogue. That's why I have a free Discord. Go in there. Tell me about your stock picks. Private, send me a DM. Ask anybody on the chat. If there's a private DM, I try to get back to you at least within 24 hours. And I know it's difficult. I do get quite a few. But again, we're still a small enough community where I'm able to talk to everyone, at a given point. So, Put, is it too late for Zometica? Put, you ask me the tough questions, man. You ask me the tough questions. Can it dip back down? Possibly. I am riding Zometica long term, but I'm telling everyone set the trailing stop losses. If you're long term on it and you think that the Trueformer is going to perform well in the market and it's going to get contracts and mass adoption, Zometica stock is going to continue to do well over time. Now, if it doesn't meet expectations, if it doesn't do well, right? Some of these Wall Street analysts, right? We look at what they put. They put $1.20 price target on it. Let's look at that for a second. Zometica, ZOM, right? Tip ranks. These Wall Street analyst guys, they're putting $1.20 price target. That's what they said when it was back at under $1. Look at this. We've went up 40% the last 7 days based off this analyst rating. Wall Street is sleeping on Zometica still. They're asleep on the wheel, guys, and we're going to take advantage of that. We want to buy in early before they set those higher price targets for it and the bigger forecast. Wow, the chat is booming. 436 people, guys. That is insane. I have never seen that many people on. We're usually about 100 deep, which is already. I shouldn't even say only. I think that's a very solid number. But I told you I'd go back to, where is it? William, right? No, 388 SBC. VG, what was the ticker symbol that you had? Let's review yours. And again, appreciate the donation, man. It really helps out the channel. Helps out the channel a lot. So 388 SBC, VTGN. Let's see here. How's Zomedica doing? I'm gonna do the quick refresh. 195. All right, we're still afloat. Okay. So VTGN. First thing I like to see, that it's in the NASDAQ. It's not OTC market. A lot of biopharmaceutical companies are yet to prove their worth and meet compliance, so they're not in the NASDAQ, but this one is at $2.02 a share. Vistagen. I want to know more about Vistagen. So $278 market cap, so it's a small cap company. Let's go ahead and go to their website real quick. So many tabs up. Zomedica, Brian, to the moon, man. I love the Rockets. You know I like the Rockets. Brian Patton, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Rockstar. Zomedica is treating us nicely today. These are the kind of days that we need to see, though, to continue the momentum, especially for us who have been holding and haven't been seeing so much of price action. These are the kind of days that we look forward to. The days we look forward to. So, Vistagen Therapeutics. This is the right one. Isn't that right, William? 46 cents. Set those trailing stop losses. I'm going to keep saying that throughout my stream, every little bit. not William, it was 3AA-SBC, I think it was. VTGN. Can you look into VTGN? Yes. All right, I got you, bro. All right, so looking beyond the standard of care for anxiety, depression, and other CNS disorders. Here in the United States, every single day of ages, teenage and up, sometimes even in the pediatric, so below teenage years, maybe in the 8-9-year-old range, I see people who are on antidepressants. I see people who are on, again, other CNS type things. So, and anxiety and depression is something that plagues a lot of people, unfortunately, and it's sad, especially during the pandemic. So many people were staying home, and because of the fact that they were staying home, they got out of routine. They lost the routine that they've been in their whole life, being interactive with other people, especially in children. Guys, I am so saddened by the things I've heard recently. The pediatric psych wards are packed with children, and that just for me personally, it really saddens me quite a bit. The suicidal rate, I don't mean to make this stream dark, but the suicidal rates in pediatrics, especially if you have kids at home, guys, please make sure you give them a hug and take care of them. These kids miss interacting with their friends during this pandemic. We're seeing, people are being plagued with depression, and they don't know how to communicate that with their parents. They might look down, they might be sad. Sorry, I'm focusing on kids, but adults are going through the same thing. So suicidal rates are an all-time high. Alcoholism, all-time high. Opioid use, all-time high. Illicit drug use, all-time. These aren't just, trends for no reason. It's because we've been staying home, staying away, because we're all scared of this coronavirus, right? We're scared of the plague of this, and because of that, it's causing a lot of people anxiety, depression, etc. So I've been seeing a lot of this stuff being dispensed, more so than I saw pre-pandemic. Again, throughout my pharmacy schooling, when I worked in a pharmacy, and now as a pharmacist, I do see it quite a bit. So I just want to start off by that disclosure and let you guys know kind of what I see here. So diving into Vistagen. So what's on their Vistagen Therapeutics? What's on their pipeline? So they have neuroactive nasal spray. That's already super cool. Any company that, especially with children, they don't like taking pills. And I don't know if they have pediatrics or they're going to have a pediatric labeling, which is just, it's an additional step. But social anxiety disorder, that's something that's currently treated with SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. That's what we see mainly with these kinds of medications. So Vistagen Therapeutics, the things on their pipeline here, the fact that they have a neuroactive nasal spray I'm already intrigued, and I want to look into it. And it looks like it's going to have different potential. PTSD, generalized anxiety, or GAD, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, perioperative anxiety. So a lot of people before they're going in for surgery, they get very anxious. Some people even have cardiac arrests because of the anxiety that they have before they go into a procedure. Their hearts just can't take it. So guys, the fact that they have this thing and in phase 3 clinical trials for social anxiety, which is going to be a big issue, especially when we, the world goes back to normal, which I don't think it's going to ever go back to baseline normal. We're going to see this, I think we'll see things like social anxiety disorder medications really take effect and people are going to slowly but surely, and doctors will be prescribing and people will be adopting them. So anything that's in that realm, I think has a potential and has future. Now, the neuroactive nasal spray. So I think that's obviously the big hot topic here. So there's a scientific label for right now, PH94B, which is just a code because they can't use that until they have an NDA submission after they complete their phase 3 clinical trials. It's a synthetic neuroactive ferrine nasal spray with potential to treat multiple anxiety disorders without the side effects and safety concerns associated with benzos. So they're trying to compete with benzodiazepines. That's actually pretty interesting. And I'm gonna do a deeper dive on this. But guys, benzodiazepines. So I know a lot of you, especially us who are in our 20s, we know about Xanax, right? The Xannies. We know about the alprazolam, lorazepam, clonazepam, right? Klonopin. Those different types of Ativan, right? Those are just some of the name brands for some of those benzos. But we know currently those are highly addictive. Benzodiazepines are highly addictive, and again, as current products, it's hard to get people off of them. And again, they cause significant drowsiness, and they're very habit forming. So this new medication that Vistagen Therapeutics has on their pipeline is rapid onset of action, fundamentally different from benzos for all other FDA approved anti-anxiety medications, developed from proprietary compounds called pherines, and administered as a non-systemic. Non-systemic means localized. Very important. So that means it won't have a lot of drugs that we take. Again, my pharmacist hat coming on. A lot of the drugs and medication that we take kind of cause a lot of off-target effects, which aren't favorable. But when it comes to this here, it says that, again, it's non-systemic. So that's also very good. Microgram doses. It's an odorless nasal spray. Binds to nasal chemoreceptors, which activate neural circuits in the limbic amygdala that suppress fear and anxiety. So again, that's just our anxiety. The amygdala is basically our responses to things. So like fear response, anxiety. We have a region of our brain called the amygdala that, pretty much processes those things. So just a cool little side note, if it gets a lesion in the amygdala, they don't get scared anymore. They don't have that fear response or anxiety response. I don't mean to stray away too much from Zometica, but guys, keep this one on your radar. I'm going to say that right now before I even go through. I'm going to look through their publications. I'll do more of a deep dive. And 388 Sens, thank you for putting it on my radar. Hit me up on Discord. We'll talk about it to potentially make a video on this, because I can't believe I've been sleeping on this. No one has brought it to my attention, nor did I know it was a product in the making. Phase 3, a nasal spray, and it's rapid onset. So you're telling me that someone is going to a wedding, or someone is going to, a place that's crowded, and they just reach into their pocket instead of popping a Zanny. They'll reach into their pocket, get some sprays, take some sprays, maybe in the bathroom if they don't want to show everyone else. Come out, and then they feel better. Rapid onset, fantastic. I think that's great. Zometica, how are we doing? A little bit of a pullback. That's okay. If anyone said a 5% trailing stop loss, you sold your position. And remember, with trailing stop losses, you don't have to sell your entire position. You could set a 5% trailing stop loss for 50% of your shares, 75% of your shares. Remember that, guys. So right now it looks like Zometica, we're seeing a little bit of a pullback, which is okay. That's okay. And see, just like that, we're seeing it rise back up. So I wouldn't be too worried. Again, if we do a soup pullback, set your trailing stop losses. Everyone in the chat, let me know. Have you set your trailing stop loss for Zometica? Let me know. A lot of people talking about TSMP. Hey, man. We will. No, long term. Long term? So Cuba, holding long term. Bio L looks great. Yeah, I want to look into it. I want to talk to that dental student about it. Janine's asking how to set a trailing stop loss. Anyone else want to know? I mean, just in case, guys, you know me. I say don't get greedy. If you're in since 40 cents, not a bad idea. And you don't have to do it on all your shares. I'm going to always hold Zometica long term, but it's okay to take some profits here and there. For Zometica price target, guys, I kind of explained it in my video. Not financial advice by any means, but I said that if the true former does as it should, and it continues to do once it's launched, and vet offices decide they want to take it into their practice, I could see this going from $1.5 billion currently, almost 1.6, to potentially $9 billion over the next few years. Not immediately, but over time. So if it's at $9 billion, we'll take a 4x stance on it. Again, a little more than 4 times, so it could potentially reach up to $8 in price. Again, that's just my potential price target. Again, the way I came up with that, you can go back and watch my video about one of the first videos I made about Zometica, but again, that's early on. But how to set a trailing stop loss. Anyone else? Yes, let us know. Akeem, you want to know how to set a trailing stop loss? Okay, let's do that, because a few people are asking. So let's go back to, I know I've been doing on Robinhood. And I know there's been talks about Robinhood. I'm a person who uses Webull for the most part, but I have these couple shares, random shares of Viru Pharmaceuticals. So let's just go ahead and use this. So here's the Robinhood website. You can do the same thing on your cell phone. So if you guys want to grab your phones real quick, for those of you who are interested in setting a trailing stop loss on Zometica, because again, you made a substantial gain today or in the future if you want to set one, I'll show you how to do that for any of yours. But for me personally, again, I'm holding long term. So even if it dips down a little, I'm not too worried. So I'm not going to personally set a trailing stop loss yet. Unless, again, we see it climb up to $5 tomorrow, or tomorrow the market's closed, Monday. Then we're going to start talking about setting a trailing stop loss, in my opinion. But if you're in since 40 cents or 50, a dollar, whatever, and you're up significantly, this is how you do it, guys. Pull up Robinhood. Grab your phones. There's a sell option. right? So yours is going to say sell ZOM. Again, if you're long term, I'm just trying to show you how to set a trailing stop loss. There's this drop down menu. Follow along. If you click the drop down menu, there's this, if you go down, there's this stop limit order, and then under that there's trailing stop order. That's what's called a trailing stop loss. So you'll click that. Percentage as a trailing type, and what percent you want to set. You could even set an amount. So anything under what do you not want to, do you want to get rid of your Zometica shares? Anything under 185, anything under 190, anything under $3 if you believe it's going to go up. Once at 3, you want to just sell then. Whatever you want to do. Usually it's below the price that it's at currently, so I should mention that. But again, to set a trailing stop loss, you'll put the percentage. That's what I personally recommend, and you could say 5%, not 55. 5%. You could set a 10% trailing stop loss. And what does that mean? So let's go with 10%. If you set a 10% trailing stop loss, let's go back to Zomedica. Their current price is $1.91. So 10% means if it dips down 19 cents to from 190 to 171, at 171, all your shares will sell from right now. If it goes up to $2, and then you have what do we say the trailing stop loss is? The 10% trailing stop loss. If it goes up to $2 and you set a trailing stop loss, it's going to take 10% from that price. So instead of $2, 10% of that is 180 because that's 20 cents, right? 1/10 of $2 is 20 cents. So that's how the trailing stop loss works. It's that easy. On whatever brokerage you're on, same thing. On Webull, sell order, drop down, trailing type, percentage, whatever percent you think you're comfortable losing, 5%. Which will keep you still at a significant gain. That's how you do it. Good today, you could do good till canceled, GTC order. So if you set a good till canceled order, all it's going to do is it's going to keep riding that trailing stop loss as Zomedica's price fluctuates over time. So if you think it's going to continue going up, setting at 10% is fine, 15%, whatever you want to do. Not financial advice, just letting you guys know some tricks to put on stocks that you're up significantly on so you never lose your money in case it ever drops back down. What will Zomedica hit? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just happy to see what we're seeing today. Today's been such a good day. Denise, you're welcome. Akeem, you're welcome as well. Hop in the Discord. If you have questions, please feel free to ask me. That's what I'm here for. Answer whatever questions, as long as it's not financial advice. Janine, you're also welcome. What is the stop loss option? So stop loss, as I mentioned, again, just to give you guys one quick last overview. Whenever you're up on a stock, in my opinion, what you do is you set a trailing stop loss of a certain percentage, 5%, 10%. So for me, I bought Zomedica at 44 cents a share. I'm up a lot of money on Zomedica. Now, if I'm someone who's concerned between now and the future, if it dips down, am I going to be upset that I didn't sell at its peak, if this is the peak? Which again, for me, Zomedica, I don't think this is the peak, guys. I think it's going to keep riding. But if it does, if you set a trailing stop loss, that protects your wealth because your shares will automatically sell if it drops 10%, if it drops 5% from its current price, whatever that current price might be, or it's the price after you set the trailing stop loss, the highest it goes, that's what it bases out of. So if Zometica goes to $2.50 on Monday, 10% of that, 25 cents, etc., etc. So it really helps you protect your gains basically. Oh, guys, we've been live for 2 hours. That's crazy. Insane. I've really been enjoying this live stream, as you guys can see. Pulling up my phone. I can go all day, but that's crazy. I won't do that. You guys have just been supporting the channel so much, and really, I'm just overwhelmed, really happy. I've been enjoying, spending time with each and every one of you on these streams. The Discord. Join the Discord, fam. Free. People charge for the Discord, for Patreon, all that stuff. The Discord is 100% free for every single one of you. I pinned it at the top there. Click it. Join the family. We're there to support each other. Again, we have people who are up and coming investors, people who are out at Wall Street in the Discord, and others who are just getting started. So if you're in either of those or somewhere in the middle, the Discord is for you. That's where we talk about all things stocks. Right time to get in now. When it comes to Zomedica, it all depends on what you think long term. I won't say, you know, when to buy or sell a stock because I'm not a financial advisor. But for me, right now, I'm not increasing my position by any means. We saw its run up on no news. So that kind of makes me think, you know, can it dip back down? Potentially. So if you want to get some skin in the game because you think it's going to keep flying up, remember guys, what do I always say on my videos? Set your strike prices, and instead of putting all your money in just once, put some money in today. Get some skin in the game if you believe in Zomedica long term, not financial advice. I'm going to keep reiterating that because I don't want anyone to get upset if they lose money. Because again, if you believe in a company, you won't sell the dips. Buy in, right? Get some skin in the game. If it dips down to $1.70, $1.80, get in some more. $1.50, get into at $1, get in more. I hope we don't see those numbers again. But again, it's just something to keep in mind, guys. Keep that in mind for these stocks that you're buying into. So remember that. Anthony, just discovered you and love your channel. Look forward to see your investments in the future. Bro, I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the family. I'm so glad that you joined us. Anthony, please feel free to join the Discord, man. I'm always in there talking as much as I can. I do work full time. Everyone is aware of that. But when I get home every single day, I make sure to upload a video on a daily basis. I try to stay consistent. So thank you for joining us, man. Much appreciated, bro. And thank you for the donation. It really helps out the channel. OCGN. Yeah, I know. That's been on. We talked about that a little earlier today. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The news that came out, I know. It's because they're, if I'm not mistaken, raised at ACU and citing biotech deal. What's going on here? HC Wainwright. So that's a hedge. That's a investment firm, and they do. Oh yeah, I'm not a member of Seeking Alpha. I wonder if TipRanks has it updated. But I tell you guys, I like to look at price forecasts and price targets based off analyst ratings. And 450, Roth Capital $8. Yesterday, looks like 450 as a price target, which looks like they upgraded it, so it was lower. Still, anything up is good. But OCGN, guys, they have some great things on their pipeline, right? We know that they're working on getting the... I need to take a breather. AAME drops crazy. I told you it was going to drop. But yeah, so again, they have the COVID. If they get into the vaccine and they get FDA EAU, emergency authorization, AUA. If they get emergency use authorization for their product, this stock is going to continue to fly. 800 million is going to look like pennies. But if it doesn't, it might come back down. AAME. Let's see what happened, guys. We talked about it earlier when it was like shooting up $13. I told you, don't get hurt. It happened. Anything that flies up like that scares me. So I'm not a person that chases. Price target for Zomedica? My man. Most commonly asked question on the stream. I guess I am attracting all the Zomedica folks. Hello, I'm actually a pharmacist. I graduated from pharmacy school, and I'm currently a clinical pharmacist. So that's my, that's what I do. I studied chemistry in my undergrad. I actually didn't finish my undergraduate degree, but yeah, and I ended up getting accepted to pharmacy school where I completed my pharmacy studies, and that's been my focus. So I've been doing it ever since. I love biopharmaceuticals. I love drugs. Hey, appreciate you, man. Also up to your channel too. I'll check it out because they're saying you're a celebrity of the chat today. Appreciate you. Zomedica. So yeah, Zomedica. We're talking about price target. For me, sorry for everyone who's been hanging on with the chat. I have to just address these questions as they come in because we're getting more and more viewers here and there. For Zomedica, everybody, I've been saying it. Long term, the total addressable market is billions. Like, if you go back to my video, I talk about how I kind of came up with the PE ratio and what I see them being. But if they get to a $9 billion market cap, because the total addressable market for point of care testing for thyroid diseases, cancer, etc., for these dogs and cats is growing almost, especially this year with the pandemic, exponentially. So again, guys, we need to keep this on our radar. I think it could reach that $9 billion market cap, maybe even break that and continue running after True Pharma is well established and adopted by our vets. We need to make sure we look for those things. Absolutely. Hello VG. I'm gonna keep calling you Hello VG. Oh, that's what's up. What do you I want to interact with you guys a little. We're talking so much about stocks and Zomedica today, but yeah, are you a medical school, dental? I want to know more about, yeah, BIOL. I think, is that the ticker symbol for Biolase? Biolase. I'm super interested in Biolase, guys. I might make a video on it at some point because I think it's fantastic. So, hey, brother. HIMS. I have not looked into HIMS. What aspect of chemistry did you major? Biophysical, pharma, chemistry. So, Owen, I was just actually a general chemistry major. It was just all encompassing, but I had a pharmacy focus. So I was always interested in drug discovery and medicinal chemistry. And so I ended up pursuing pharmacy, and it ended up working out. So I kept with it, and thankfully it all worked out pretty well. From their 10 IQ, what did you say? AUPH, yeah, I don't know what's going on with AUPH. It's been kind of crazy. They got FDA approval for lupus nephritis for their product. What is it, Lupifirm? I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But I truly think that AUPH, once more and more providers are prescribing the medication and we see it do well, again, an oral agent like that is just kind of, I think it's a game changer. In the future, I see that it's going to have pretty strong potential over time. So I'm long, waiting patiently, but long on AUPH. I did establish my position that day. I made a video on it. So, yeah. Lots of people in the chat. I wish there was a way to highlight you guys, man. Hi, I'm Malcolm. I invested 2 months. I just invested for 2 months. Thanks for your support, to be honest, because of you. Lots of pharmacy stocks in my portfolio. They're good. Min, you're welcome, man. Again, I'm just here to put you guys on. There's no other pharmacists in the space talking about stocks currently that I know of. So I think, again, I try to bring my expertise in pharmacy and put you and just kind of explain, why I think a stock will do well based off the things that are in their pipeline. If there's a true need and the total addressable market or prevalence of certain diseases, that's kind of my approach. So, Gunjan Patel, to be honest, for investing, so I got into more cryptocurrency investing in 2017 when I was a college student. But ever since I graduated, just a couple years ago now, like pretty much 2019, 2020, I really only started getting into investing then. So I'm still pretty much a newbie. I don't consider myself an expert at all, and I make that very clear. I'm someone that's just learning, and that's why I like the dynamics I have with the Discord and the dynamics I have with my live streams and everything, is that we're all learning together. And that's what makes it a sense of community. Some YouTubers out there are very well established, and they have, they're experts, and they sell their services, like, again, portfolio reviews. They'll sell you things like, which I respect, they're out here grinding, and this is what they do full time. But for me, I'm new to investing, and I'm here to grow a community and grow my knowledge. So I can also, we can have that dynamic where you grow your knowledge with me and teach me things as well. That's what I'm here for. P2XD, man, I appreciate it. You guys are just killing it today. I appreciate the donation, man. It really helps out the channel. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am, I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on SNDL? Been hearing a lot about it. I haven't covered SNDL, but since you brought it up, let's look at it. NASDAQ, good. So Sundial Growers Inc. So what kind of company is it? It's a cannabis company, huh? So the only cannabis stock that I have invested in previously to date was Tilray, and I told people that on the Discord. But for Sundial Growers, I don't know if anyone else is in the cannabis space, but currently it's going through, the federal regulation process to avoid like the plague. Yikes! I don't know why, but it's just I see this Motley Fool, Aurora Cannabis, Sundial Growers. Why is it saying so? Motley Fool, again, they're more proficient in the space, but it looks like they have this article on it saying that it's another cannabis company that investors should be adding to their no-go list in February. So, and likely well beyond. So let's just focus on that. So they're saying in February it might not be a good buy. Penny stocks and public companies with high short interest have been especially popular in recent months. That's why they witnessed sundown. Okay, I'm not going to look at the naysayers, right? That's going to give me some bias, which is not good. Never have bias when you're trying to buy a stock. Rather, do your own research, do your own due diligence before buying in. So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes here of actually looking into the stock since you brought it up. Let's see here, Sundial Cannabis.com. Let's go on their website and check out what it says. Okay, they're asking me to even just check out their site, really? Well, let's see. I'm gonna pretend that I live in Alberta, Canada, even though I live in the United States. I'm born January 1st, the year 1970. Remember me. Now they let me in. By the way, that's not my true birthday and that's not where I really live. But I just wanted to get into their website. Looks like they have a hard stop. So sundial infused recipes, so they have lemon, lavender, rose. So they have gummies. Gummies are the big thing for CBD products, right? So at my pharmacy, at our state, it's legal. So we actually dispense CBD products for patients who have anxiety and other things like that. But when it comes to, again, the CBD companies or cannabis, and it's been a hot topic for a long time. In 2018, a lot of these companies had their run-up. So if we look at the 5-year, look guys, 2019 looks like for them. Let's look at the max. Maybe the IPO'd kind of late. So looks like at 11.50 and it dropped 90%. That's insane. Got down to 20 cents a share. It's climbed back up a little bit. But again, looks like at least it had a little bit of a run up thereafter. But regardless, sundial growers, I need to know more about the company itself. I'll look at, investor relations. But again, it's another CBD company. I need to know what makes them different than the others, right? Anytime. And this is the other thing I don't like about I don't like the fact that they make you keep putting in where you're from and all that on their website. But I get it. Maybe there's a lot of bots coming in. January 1st. Oh, January 1st. 19. Today I want to be, let's see if it's going to let me click it. I'm going to be born 1925. Yeah, 1925. But yeah. So yeah, I just want to know what makes them different than the other CBD companies. So definitely hit me up, P2. I want to know more about the company myself. Oh, they have no debt. That's intriguing. So any company that has no debt, that's pretty important. So I see a lot of people talking about it. So I think it's a pretty hot topic or a hot stock, at least in everyone's portfolio. So if you've invested, I want to know more. Looks like they had a direct public offering. When was this? February 4th. Yesterday they had a direct offering. So what happened to their price? I'm guessing from yesterday even. Let's see. They're down 12%. After any direct offering, guys, it's common. If the company has a run-up, that's kind of unforeseen by the management team, right? Looks like end of January. They ran up quite a bit and they sold off some of their shares. They liquidated some shares to make some money, some profits, and that's probably why they're out of debt. So I don't want to get too deep into sundial, but yeah, my boy P2, hit me up on the Discord, bro. You have the link right up top. I'm always in there, and we can talk about all things that have to do with that one specifically and others too. Haven't invested, just keep seeing people trying to push it. Yeah, no problem, man. I think that it looks like it has potential, but I need to understand. I'll do my own research and get back to you. Again, hit me up on Discord so I know what your name is on there. But I truly think that if there's something that makes them, beat off the competition, or they have a factor that others don't, that intrigues me and gives me, some interest in investing and potentially making a video on it. Because I know, unfortunately, with any type of penny stock, if videos come on it, can pump the stock quite a bit, especially if there's any type of, things like that. So I said, a lot there, but yeah. I don't know enough about SNDL to say if it's a good buy or not. But Vistagen, I'm gonna put these on my watch list quick, just so I don't lose them. Here we go. So some of the things that you guys told me to look into that I will. OCGN, again, with the COVID vaccine that they have on their pipeline. Vistagen, That's the other one that I'm super interested in. And then BIOL. This one here, Biolase. Those are the three that I am super into based off just, again, the overall summary of the company and the things that they're doing. Like non-invasive dental procedures sounds insane. That sounds really awesome. Again, shout out to whoever brought up Danimer Scientific. We talked about this way back when. So anyone that's been following me, we've talked about it at $22, I think. It's run up 130%. Congrats. Let's close all these up. How's CCIV doing? Just a quick peek. Okay, $34, holding strong. So Vistagen, shout out for bringing it up. All right, Zometica, how are we doing? Consolidating. Let's see where we're at. Zometica, yes, fingers crossed. Hey, let's hope for the best with Zometica. Let's keep it going. Oncogen, yeah, they have OCGN. Kobe they have a COVID vaccine on their pipeline, and it ran up quite a bit. I think there was some potential. There's already emergency use, so an EUA, emergency EAU. I keep messing that up, but OCGN has an EAU, which is emergency use authorization, which is what currently Pfizer and Moderna have for their vaccines in the United States. But in India, OCGN currently has some emergency use, and they're looking to potentially get some here in the United States as well. Pretty big news there, so keep that on your radar. The Beast Gamer, we talked about Sensionics. Guys, you know me, we talked about it in our previous live streams, in the aftermarket more so. But I said Sense, long term. We talked about it Super Bowl Sunday earlier. Dexcom is they have a commercial that's going to potentially bring in more millions of people watch the Super Bowl, especially this year from home. With the COVID pandemic, people would be with their families watching it definitely on TV instead of even in the stadium. But instead, just remember, when CGM devices get advertising, get public attention, people will naturally look for alternatives and other competitors in the game. So when they see Dexcom, a 2-week glucose sensor, continuous glucose monitoring system, versus another 1 month, a 3-month, etc. The 3-month that Sensionics has, that just makes me it's a no-brainer. I think we're looking at this very early on. Yes, they have some time to prove themselves, but they already have products out there in Europe, so let's see what happens. 800 shares of Zometica and 70 cents. Well, congratulations. Kobe, congrats on making money on Zometica, man. Always remember, protect your profits, folks. Protect your profits. But I'm super excited about Zometica. But yeah, same thing for Sens. What a day it's been. Is NMTR worth getting into right now? I don't know what's going on with NMTR. I covered it a couple days ago. Stock price. See how we're doing. Not much of a pullback. Earlier today there was at 163. So I mean, if you had a limit order at 163, 165, that's probably a good buying opportunity if you ask my opinion. But I bought in at 130 myself, and I think if it ever dips back down to there, I will buy more shares. But as you can see, it got down to 107, and that's where it found heavy support that made it kind of skyrocket back up. But guys, the big things with 9 meters biopharma is, again, the things that they have on their pipeline. Let's just pull them up quick, because a few people have mentioned it on the live stream so far. So I talked about it, but again, the big things that they have is, let's see here. Larazotide. So larazotide or larazotide, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Again, this medication is currently in phase 3 clinical trials for celiac disease. If this gets FDA labeling for celiacs, that's going to be such a game changer, because currently for celiac, people who are, who have celiac disease, if you do, you understand more so than others that this gluten intolerance is really debilitating. It substantially decreases your quality of life, because again, who doesn't like bread? Who doesn't like flour? Who doesn't like gluten? All the good stuff have gluten in it. That's what makes us all chubby and, the good stuff. But anywho, Lorazepam, this medication, if it gets it, the tight junction regulator. So by its mechanism, again, some of these other things that they have, long-acting GLP-1 agonists. Guys, the GLP-1 for short-term bowel syndrome, these are medications that are currently available. We have things like Victoza, GLP-1 agonist. I see that for diabetic patients or people who want to decrease their carbohydrate, unable to decrease their carbohydrate intake. But again, these medications help reduce the amount of carbs being absorbed in people's systems, in the digestive tract, and it decreases, it makes you less hungry basically over time. So it's a great tool for weight loss, but again, it also can help with these certain conditions. So the formulations that they're making, these long acting, already currently what we see is 1 week duration of action for these medications, and they're all injectable if you see. But this oral lorazepam, that's why I bought into 9 meters. The other thing on their pipeline intrigued me. Their early preclinical or phase 1, a little bit of entering into phase 2, means there's a long wait before we see much of that, being announced, or it looks like Q2 to initiate phase 2. It looks like second quarter of 2021 for some of these others, but this one here, second half of 2021, they're looking to have everything, their phase 3 clinical trials not only started, but hopefully wrapping them up to submit their NDA, new drug application, which in turn will make this stock go up substantially if it gets the FDA approval, of course. Now, price targets, and I talked about this in my video, $6 at a high, $3 at a low. 5-star analysts are on the list. Guys, currently, again, at 178, if you're looking at it like that, you're still going to be considered an early adopter if it goes through the clinical trials, and it does well over time. So again, I just say keep this one on your radar. Why not? 9 meters biopharma. I think it has some strong potential. So don't sleep. Keep it on your radar, keep it on your watch list. If you see it dip, buy the dips if you believe in the company long term. If you don't, so be it. We're still friends. So yeah. All right, I think we're going to try to wrap up the stream then, guys. It's really been, a great time for everyone that's been rocking with me. I've just been having a lot of fun. It's just been so fun. And that's, I think, what matters most. As long as I continue to have fun, I want to continue doing this. I know at first people were saying, can you continue doing this daily upload? And so far we've been 2 months strong, and I want to keep at it. AAME. This has been the meme of the stream, but this was brought up earlier, and you could see anyone who look, there was no news, so it could have been a Wall Street. This literally could have gone up because of a Reddit post, guys. And this happens with the stock market. We've seen it lately. Yesterday, $2.34. Ridiculous run up, 509%. And then guess what? Came tumbling down. But it's all good. It's all good. Hopefully no one fell for it. Don't see much news around it. Super tiny stock. Again, an insurance company. Nothing that excites me. I like biopharmaceutical companies. I like SPACs. I like EV plays. Those are the things that are super fun. So yeah. It's been fun, fam. It's been fun. Anything else? What is that wizard emoji? Kirsten, I like that. Looks like the wise old man from RuneScape. Healthcare really is the best, because the thing about it is, you're welcome, man. That's the thing. Guys, that's what excites me so much about the channel and about all the fact that biopharmaceutical companies, I feel like, are slowly becoming like the hot topic now, is that these are things that are going to change our life. Just like EV companies, right? A lot of these electric, they're going to change our world. Anything that is, a paradigm, we're in a paradigm shift currently. Not only do we have a new president here in the US, but I'm hoping and seeing that the earth and the world as a whole just is going to do so much better because of all this positivity and change that we're seeing. Again, medications on the pipeline to cure diseases that are just, debilitating, if not deadly, right? Continuous glucose monitoring systems. Those are cool. For pets, right? For all you animal lovers out there, for all of you who have pets, you can appreciate companies that are expanding access, especially when it comes to things like Zometica, point of care access, where you get immediate and instantaneous results. Those are things that we want to see more of, because that's what makes us happy. Jaguar Health, I'm holding strong. We're seeing a pullback. Earlier on the stream, I bought some more shares because, again, at 271 it was. Let's see if it went down more. Are we going to buy more? JAGX looks like it went up 3 cents since we talked about it earlier. Look at that. I don't know. Maybe that was me who bought. I'm totally kidding. I don't have that much money at all. I'm actually I'm in debt still. As a as a former college student in the United States, most of us are in a lot of debt. So, yeah. But yeah, short sellers. I'm sure there was, I think it was 8.8%, or maybe about 10% short selling shares afloat. So that's a lot. Not too much like we're seeing with those other like GameStop, AMC, but still a lot. How did GameStop and AMC? I don't mean to bring in some controversy to anything controversial to the chat, but how are we doing on the stream? Down 18% today, guys. I warned everyone, right? When we saw this all happen, I was like, guys, be very careful. I'm just gonna watch from the sidelines because I'm so scared that they're not gonna be able to hold, because you're relying on others to hold. And I think the movement was brilliant. Again, I am someone who's a huge fan of what was going on because I thought it was great. But really, again, with AMC and GME, how'd GME do? Did they recover at all? Because Robinhood allowed trading again, which I posted about, which I thought was pretty cool. Man, I mean, since I made that video in that pre-market, and it was at, I think, $55. Went up 53% in minutes, like half hour. But then since then, it's come down. So it's just so volatile, guys. Be careful. Be careful. I don't know. Hannibal, I have no idea about AAME. I'm not going to really do too much of a deep dive in there. HCMC. Did we talk about that at all? Oof, is that OTC market? Yikes. OTC market, get rich quick scheme. $4 for GameStop. Well, congratulations to you, my man. Healthier Choices Management. Yeah, it's a supplement stores company. Sorry, anything that's in the OTC market, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with covering, because I don't want people to lose money on stocks that are they haven't proven themselves yet to even be listed on the stock exchange, on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. Luck is popping. I don't know what luck is. But yeah, fam. Guys, I think we're going to try to dip once it clears $2. People will take profits. Yeah, it did hit $2, Rohan. Zometica hit $2. Then it came back down. I kind of want to see the live stream hit 3 hours, because I think that's insane that we did that today. Even though my wife is not a fan of my long streams, gotta do it for the family. Gotta do it. Check out BNGO. Yeah, BNGO has been on the pipeline. Not on the pipeline, on the watch list. I have my $2 cost average, $2.13 is my cost average. So, I saw up almost 500% at some point, but it came coming back. It came back down a little bit. BNGO, guys, I think it has a bright future. The things on their pipeline are fantastic. People caught on quick. $3 billion market cap approaching. I think we're going to see some decent price action over time with BNGO. $14 price target by Wall Street. I think it's going to only beat that, and it's going to continue to do well. Thanks, Gunjan. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys, man. I'm going to keep saying that over and over. VKTX. I don't know about VKTX. Jupiter Wellness. I'm just going to look up Jupiter Wellness because that name really makes me think it's going to be in the OTC market. So I'm just going to look at it real quick. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Wow. Just the name of it really sounded like an OTC market drug. Let's look at the 1 year, 5 year, 1 year. Looks like it's only been out since October. IPO'd and dropped since then. I don't know much about it, this Jupiter Wellness, but it's a CBD product again. So again, for me, there's just so many out there. I need to see what is the Tesla of all of these CBD products. What is the Airbnb, right? I want to know what is the one that has an X factor relative to the others, because there's so many. Just like these EV companies, guys. Be careful investing in them. Yeah, it could be a quick flip, but we want to know, what are the winners? I don't want you guys to buy the babies, right? For me, Zomedica is one of those winners. We bought in early on, and we're seeing nice returns already, right? Some of these things that we talked about. We want to know the Teslas, right? For these biopharmaceutical companies, what are the Pfizers? Look at Pfizer's market cap. $194 billion. If you would have bought Pfizer, In 1981, it was 96 cents a share. Some of these biopharmaceutical companies that we're looking at today that we're buying in, that have some great products on their pipeline, that I think that are going to bring them more revenues, which in turn are going to bring them more products on their pipeline, stronger R&D, bigger research facilities, nicer facilities. I think it's only one direction with these companies. So again, we need to understand when we need to sell, because that's that 43x in price. Crazy town. Look at Moderna, for example. Moderna stock, right? We're on the topic of these. $69 billion market cap. Let's look at the 1 year, right? This company was kind of silent. Vaccine rollout, they got a product on their pipeline and it did well. Just in the 1 year. Let's look at just September, say, 223% up. Magnificent gains that we're seeing with some of these biopharmaceutical companies. Because again, they're changing health, they're changing a lot of things around. Zomedica is coming back up. SRNE, saw someone mention that real quick. I'm gonna type it in. You guys are just staying, huh? 336 people still in the chat, still in the live stream. You guys are awesome, man. Atossa Therapeutics. We talked about this on the channel. I talked about it, I think, at $9. We saw it run up. There was that the short squeeze after some short seller info came out, targeted by the WSB community. Since then, up 51%. Respectable. They have some great products on their pipeline. So again, for me, long-term hold in my opinion, just like these others that I'm invested in. So thanks for bringing up SRNE. All right, guys, 9 more minutes. We're gonna hold it to till 3-hour live stream, because I think that's usually I do 1 hour, so this is a treat. So I happens when I have Fridays off, right? I was gonna say Tattoo Biosciences. Oh my goodness, TTOO, T2 Biosciences. My friend Dr. Dean put me on. I'm thankful for the guy. Bought in earlier this week, and again, some news came out. Went up 42%. And since then, looks like, let's just go for the 5-day. Looks like it's up just down to 5-day. Is that accurate? Yeah, 53% up. So it's had a run up. Some good news coming around the company, right? And that's what happens with these biopharmaceutical companies. When good news comes out, people start eyeing it. And because they start eyeing these companies, Wall Street starts eyeing it as well, which means a lot more money, massive amounts of dollars come into them, which in turn increases the market cap, which of course increases the stock price. And that excites all of us who bought in early on, which is what I try to provide in my channel. Baby companies that I see have strong potential in the future. Daniel, I really, let's see, at Europop, I really like your channel. I will subscribe. Really good research, and you're very transparent. You're the best. I appreciate you, man. I think transparency is key, especially in these stock games. Because why? Why do people have to charge others to let them see, what stocks they're buying? Or it just, I understand it. I understand it, right? But I just don't think it's, in my book, I don't want to be and hold me accountable, guys. I never want to charge to tell you about stocks that I am going to buy into, because I don't think that's right. So I appreciate you, Daniel. Welcome to the family, man. The family's growing. We hit 13K subscribers this morning. 13,000 subscribers. I never thought I would see that in my whole YouTube career. I thought I was just going to be doing this for fun, seeing where it goes, but it kept on going. 323 viewers, man. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the real MVP. Is it too late to get into Zometica? My man, the thing that I've been reiterating throughout the chat today. Where is it? What was the name? Nate Dogg. I know when we see a price of a stock run up on a day, we get excited, right? And it's so exciting because you're like, oh, does this mean it's going to continue running up throughout? Possibly. Zometica can keep going up. But I always say, do your own due diligence, do your own research. Be careful before putting money into a stock. But if you are interested in their true forma, if you're interested in their vision, what they have, on their pipeline, watch my videos. Watch the other videos out there. There's some really good deep dives on Zomedica. There's also information on their website that you go in, right? We were reviewing that earlier in the stream. Some of their products, what the true forma is, right? And again, how to actually use it. And I even had a vet talk about it in one of my videos. He talked about it just in the chat, but he talked about it more with me on the in the Discord. Again, he seemed very comfortable and confident in the product, which really excited me. So again, super excited about that one. But again, Zomedica, if you want to get some skin in the game, I don't see why not. Again, not financial advice. I don't ever think it's ever too late or too early to buy stock. But if you believe in a company, once you get some skin in the game, don't put in all your chips in one basket. Don't put it all in at the same time. But if you see a dip, that's when you'll buy more. You're not going to be selling at the dip. You're going to be loading up in the dip. So make sure you do that. Colton, thank you so much for the donation. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Can you look at TGTX? Let's do it. Holy smokes. Looks like some price action just today even. 7%. The 1 month. Let's get the 1 year. Okay, I was just looking at the price action. I always just like doing that. TG Therapeutics. So, TG Therapeutics. Let's pull it up. See if it's worth folks' time. TG Therapeutics. So again, shout out Colton for bringing this one up. Iconic is now approved by the FDA. What is this? Islasib. So SIB ending. Let's see what that means. B cell. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be. That means. Let's see. Fearless. Sorry guys, when it comes to my chemo knowledge, because I work in an outpatient, community setting, we don't see much chemo drugs. But let's see, click here for prescribing info. Well, anything that gets FDA approval, of course, is going to cause it to go up. But let's see what we got here. I want to know 800 daily dose. Let's see, mechanism of action, clinical pharmacology, 12.2. I want to know, so yeah, indication, marginal zone lymphoma, follicular lymphoma, which again, there's a pretty good amount of people who get exposed to that. Not exposed, I should say, diagnosed. Dosage administration, indications. This indication is approved for under accelerated approval. So again, I wonder if it's an orphan drug. I'm not sure how many people. Adverse effects, so it has some neutropenia, thrombocytopenia, commonly seen with different chemotherapies. What I want to look at is how it works first. I could definitely look into this one to do more. So wait. Clinical pharmacology on page 12 it says, right? Here we go. So it inhibits multiple kinases in the biochemical and cell. Okay, guys, I don't want to get this too sciencey because that's boring, right? But I'll look into this one. I'm looking at B cells, CK1 has been implicated in pathogenesis of cancer cells, including lymphoid. So as you can see, when did this happen? Are you aware of the date that it was FDA approved? I could just look at Access FDA website. Let's just look at this quick. I know people are here for Zometica mainly, but man, gotta respect the people who donate. I gotta appreciate them and look into their stocks. So let me just look at UKONIQ. Iconic. It's not showing up, but are you aware of the date that it was FDA approved? Was it just today, Colton? Today. Okay, gotcha. So it doesn't look like, for some reason, I mean, yeah, we saw some nice price action, and it looks like it's doing well. I want to look more into the product itself, but again, $7.4 billion, so it's pretty well established. So I'm guessing they have other things on their pipeline. Let's see, yeah, our pipeline. I want to see if they have other things that are already now approved for monotherapy. So again, P13 delta, CK1 epsilon inhibitor. So yeah, they have a lot of products still in their pipeline, phase 2 and phase 3 clinical trials. But yeah, the approval that's, here it is, clinicaltrials.gov. So again, they're addressing, it looks like a few different types of lymphoma with their product. I think that, again, anything that gets FDA approval, what does that mean for the biopharmaceutical company? Is that they're going to have additional revenue coming in, right? After their product is, because again, medications like these, biologics in general, these injectables are very, very expensive, right? Because they have to make their money back on their R&D, because a lot of time and money goes into the research. And after that, they'll slowly but surely, maybe the price will slowly reduce over time, just for anyone that is interested in knowing that information. But the main point here is, when anything gets FDA approval, don't only focus on the approval date. Focus on long term, the next quarter, if the product does well, right? It got FDA approval for a reason. That means it's safe. The safety versus, the risk to benefit ratio, the benefits outweigh the risks by not only a marginal difference, but significant enough for the FDA to give it a go. So understand that, and know their quarter earnings next quarter will be better than current if the product does well out there. So understand that. Oftentimes, I prefer to buy a company before they get FDA approval, and because when they do, you can tell, you can take your profits, sell, wait for a pullback, because that's just a natural way, kind of like the SPACs, right? For anyone that's not interested in healthcare. When it comes to SPACs, same thing. We wait for a merger to happen. The merger happens, people sell the news, and then they rebuy after it dips. That's just the normal pattern that we'll always see. So, yeah, no problem, Colton. Just found the channel today, subscribed, and we'll be checking out whenever you go live. I also joined the Discord. I appreciate you, man. Hop in, message me personally. Feel free to always direct message me, guys. You know that I allow that. Any hidden gems like Zometica? I've made a lot of videos about different things, but I'm looking for the next Zometica personally. Yeah, people are selling Jagex News. Kirsten, I think you're definitely right there. All right. Well, I appreciate you all. You guys really killed the live stream today. It was fun having every single one of you. I'll be recording a video later. We'll talk about full Zomedica update. We did talk about cannabis stocks today. We talked about all kinds of stocks. It was super fun. And to all of you who donated, I'm going to give a shout out to every single person, because you guys are the real MVPs helping out the channel. I don't know if I can even scroll up far enough. Oh, here we go. Top chat. No, I don't know how to do it then. But regardless, Colton, appreciate you. Everyone else for coming in and, just giving me your 2 cents, letting me know what stocks you guys are in. I like having this kind of dynamic. But waiting for that Lucid Motors confirmation, CCIV. Glad we covered that. Today we saw some significant price action. And remember, when it comes to merger news, guys, they're not going to announce that during market hours. Oftentimes, they don't do that. They'll wait till after hours, so some of the bigger guys can buy in, especially those who have aftermarket trading. And then, come Monday next week, if CCIV announces their merger today, after hours, Monday, you guys are going to see the stock just fly. So let's keep that one on the radar, on the watch list. And if you're up a lot, if you bought early on when we made the video at $14, don't be afraid to take profits. Set a trailing stop loss. Things I'm reiterating to make sure everyone is staying safe with their gains, because I respect the fact that you make money in the stock market, so you need to respect that as well. And we do that by, which is the ticker, we do that by setting trailing stop losses. Arash, you're welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Takamura, thank you for joining the Discord. Again, guys, one last plug for the Discord, linked right up top, completely free. I know people charge $20 a month, $10, $5, whatever for Discord access, but guys, my Discord is free. I'll always upload on there my stock picks before I make a video. Oftentimes I talk about it during market hours, so if you're interested in getting in before I even bring it up, or if you want to do your own due diligence, research before the video comes out, you could do that, whether to decide whether or not you think it's a good buying opportunity. So definitely join the Discord, guys. The Webull link, it's in the description of the video. If you want pre-market and after-market trading, go ahead and use my Webull link. Get 4 free stocks. In addition to the 4 free stocks, you also get, as long as you deposit $100, you get the 4 free stocks, valued to up to $1,400, I think. I'm yet to see anyone who got a $1,400 stock from the Webull, whatever it's called, the referral link. But let me know if you've ever gotten anything like that, because that's pretty awesome. So let's keep it going, If you hold your stonks. You're welcome, Min. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into the live stream. You know, we got up to, I think, 450 members all at one time, which is just mind-blowing. I want to do more of these. We'll do more of a Q&A type this weekend, maybe. We'll see. But thank you all for tuning in, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's look at Zometica one last time for a little bit before we close up the stream. So many tabs. Anxiety. Jaguar Health. We know that people are selling the news, but guess what? It's still doing pretty okay. All right, here we go. Let's put up, instead of Upsiva, how is Upsiva doing today? Okay, up a little bit. Zomedica. And I think someone started calling the Zomedica like the Europop. Someone on the Europop Discord was like zombies, Z-O-M. Spell that like this. We're just gonna write it out. Where are my zombies at? There we go. I thought that was pretty funny. The zombies. For all of us early adopters, I hope we can keep that name strong. I like it personally. Again, consolidating 185 to 190. That's a good day, guys. I really hope this stays afloat when the market closes and the after hours, so we can go into the weekend all excited, all happy. Because again, Zometica hopefully is going to be going to the moon, guys. Hold on tight. Set your trailing stop losses. I can't say that enough. But is it possible for it to hit $5 by March? I don't know. If enough people buy in, guys, I really think, the sky's the limit. Or just a start. I should say the moon is the destination. That's where it is. Dogecoin, Elon's pumper and dumper. The thing about it, guys, a lot of people have been talking about Dogecoin and how Elon is pump and dumping. Why would Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, pump and dump Dogecoin, right? I think he's just looking out for all of us. He's saying, hey, if you guys want some quick money grabs, follow me on Twitter and see how I do. All right, yeah, I gotta hop off though. The wife gave me the signal. I've been on for a little longer than I wanted. He wouldn't pump it. I think he's just doing it for fun personally, the Elon Musk thing. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Tune into the video, subscribe, like. I appreciate all of you. Join the Discord. Most importantly, join the Discord. Joseph, you're welcome. Thanks everybody. Kirsten, Anna, I don't ever think it's too late to buy, but you can always wait for the dip. Always wait for the dip. We talked about this at way 40 cents, and I'm still looking to average up if I can. He trying to get fast money. Who? Elon Musk? Dude, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Literally, he is currently the richest public figure in the world. So he doesn't need to flip Dogecoin. He could buy, if he put $1 billion in Dogecoin, it wouldn't affect him. But I appreciate the comedy. All right, guys. Thank you all again. For anyone who's supporting the channel, subscribers, thank you. I keep saying, 2021 is our year. Altruistic man pop. Altruistic. That's actually funny. That's one of the terms I used to use like growing up in junior high. Describe your personality. I think I'm altruistic. You're effing dope, man. Julian, I appreciate you. Appreciate the information. Nope. My pleasure, Don. Randomness. Peace out. Deuces to you guys. Gunjan, thank you you guys are crazy, man. I love you all. And until next time, Europop out.